Yo,
on the other side. So
that probably means just default.
today we have EG and
Some
tips,
of the
only
break
one
right?
game.
or maybe a breach fade. I'm thinking
Yeah.
even because you know
That would fit really well.
Yeah, and we've seen the change already on split.
Boom.
Of Boostio going over to that breach, which I love because
Good
I
shout.
was not a fan of the Gecko, honestly, on that split map. Obviously, split's not going to be here, but still. I'm wondering right now, Boostio's got to pick next. Is he picking Breach? Is he picking KJ? Are they going to run double controller? I don't know. And on the other side, yeah, it's going to be that Breach fade as well. So it might just be.
I didn't stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing too shocking there. I mean, honestly, it's
Furia MIBR and C9 energy.
Double initiator for
I had some like
sticking to what was so effective for them in
personal
that
stuff.
tier 1 run.
Absolutely. Some of the big strengths, though, I think, for this comp from
I
EG
couldn't
is they're
make
going to have a much
it.
better job at getting these early fights. That Neon with the stun, fighting into A main or C mount on your defense is super strong. So I think 100 Thieves are going to actually have to be playing a lot of these re-clear ideas mid-round.
Sure, and I think that's all well and good, but what do 100 Thieves get? They get bang on the signature Viper. This dude is otherworldly on that agent.
Yeah, it's going to be a match of all matches.
That's one.
That's one. That's one. All right, folks. So here we go. It's our last match of the weekend, and it's going to be a good one. Who better to call the action for this than Uber and Lion?
Ooh.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. And what a game to end the week on. Do or die between EG and 100 Thieves. And with the two coaches that masterminded the 2023 World Champions run, it's Zix versus Potter clashing here on the stage.
Yeah, the stories here, obviously, they write themselves, Mitch. There's no preparation work needed for this. I mean, you have Boostio, obviously, with those two coaches.
No need to invent a narrative,
over to
Pog.
100 Thieves. Derek on the opposing side now. in
Holy
EG.
shit,
I mean,
Riot
it's a
Castles,
tangled
man.
web of relationships that's resulted in one insane match to determine that final playoff spot.
And Derek has made no, I guess, secrets about his animosity towards his time on that 100 Thieves roster last year, but he's got friends there. That's why it's all the more sweeter if he can take him down. Here's EG, of course, with that Breach and Neon comp. They're starting on defense. Expect them not to give 100 Thieves too much space here.
When we saw them on defense with this comp against Furia, that Brazilian side were suffocated in the chokes. Their lurker unable to really ever work up towards A. So fast on the floods when you have the Neon speed as well.
We're inching over towards C already. Paranoia drawn out. 100 Thieves happy to break off for a time. APOC always on an early flank timing here, but they're ready for it. Cryo able to turn and dome him. Derek, though, may be unexpected. A second wave here through door. And even grouped up with Georgiamo, so they are aware of the presence at C.
Nature working towards B now as well as the push out here comes. That turret is going to get broken. And you can see because of that bang already going back, checking that flank. Is there going to be an aggressive presence from EG there? But there won't be. They're just trying to re-clear as much of the map as possible with the Neon right now.
That haunt ping, though, or at least it being destroyed, definitely tells EG the 100 Thieves are still lingering here, and they're going to make the execute happen. Superman forced to back away from the snake bite. EG, though, insane retake potential with this composition. Cryo gets that plant down, seized instantly though. Relay ball gonna be thrown out, he needs to get out of the way of that aftershock, he does. And Georgiamo and Nature fall instantly. Derek Lee's finds well, but 100 Thieves are ready for this. They are ready.
Lovely from 100 Thieves, taking their time there, getting into the site safely, setting up effective crossfires and trading out with that man advantage off to a hot start on a map that they have not played since kickoff, which I struggle to believe.
Wait, I forgot to change G2 versus Crew after week 2.
Frequently. So I don't know how they avoid playing both those maps for so long.
I have 100 Thieves winning too, by the way. Like, I think 100 Thieves is a better team than EG.
They are running the standard meta comp of the year on this map.
But we'll see. They are both 4 and 4, but
many
I don't know.
scrims beforehand.
After their run in stage 1, I feel like, even though they've been disappointing in Shanghai and at the beginning of stage 2, I still think 100 Thieves, they have a good team.
Nothing but classics.
Arsenal knew Big Brother was watching. That cam is cleared. EU now tucks the corner. And EG are a long way away from this action.
And I feel that here, finally, we're going to get a real litmus test for 100 Thieves. Are they climbing back to the top? That high of highs that they were on after stage 1. That is the best result.
I think Bang is an insane diaper. Like, Boostio has great calling. Cryo on like the flex, like duelist controller type, kind of like what Demon One was playing last year. Yeah. With Asuna on an entry duelist, and EU as their initiator. I think they have a very solid team.
Was against the MIBR team. Now, Ender on the desk thinks that that's indicative of this team being on the upswing. A lot of us, though, are not so convinced.
Whereas, like, for example, EG, they have, like... I mean, Nature and Juggermo have stepped up. Even Superman, he had some great sheriff rounds and stuff with his close on icebox. And I was very skeptical on him at the beginning of the game, but he proved me wrong, and yeah. EG stepped up, but I still don't think they are like a good team. They are not there yet. Epoch, still really solid, Derek still very strong, but the rest of the team, like, they are still too inconsistent.
Jojimo with that relay bolt still as well.
That timing for Cryo, it's going to be watched for sure. Paranoia connected with Nature though. Asuna is surrounded by a maelstrom of bodies. Still that flank is underway. But Derek and Superman have been doing well from Baby Door. Now they have to expect this. They're both very low. Superman though able to trade it out. It's 2 up for 100 Thieves here, and they're both playing from B main. Smoke is up. There's a jump in there from Jojimo. He will be dealt with to even it up. Apoc needs to get this attack now. The Prowlers are going to come forward. EU has yet another one now. It's ugly, but EG cuts it out. Apoc gets off the defuse, cleans up EU, and gets back to business.
And just barely. Significant damage still from 100 Thieves. And I do really like how they played that round, realizing B was open, that nice smooth contact in, and Cryo bided his time until the perfect moment on that late A lurk. I mean, saying Cryo on the lurk is kind of funny in of itself.
Cool and Loud have been very disappointing in stage 2.
We'll be doing just that. Round 1 courtesy of Apoth, but again, just barely.
Like, they've lost every single fucking game. No, Loud won against MIBR.
Again, full buy.
Far from established, the Bang for EG. Again, Bang has to be very careful because there's a lot of explosive potential between this Fade and Neon setup of
And they
EG.
could win against Thieves. But I have Thieves winning.
This time Apoth at C with it pretty well canvassed here, and of course the anti-raise tech in those trips set up.
Prowler now from Derek, which clears out close B as Apoth watches from the heavens with that cam. So tough to break that. Oftentimes he'll just stay up while the spike is going down, even into the post plant, to get valuable information for a retake.
Jorgamo starting to inch out of B here. Might see a door thrown open. Cybercade slows things up. Eventually the cam brought down. Apoth wants to play aggressively into it. They want to crunch here from door. But
good finish.
The antidote in the showstopper. And the curtain comes down on Jorgamo.
A fantastic accuracy with the projectile. Not even the speed from Jorgamo.
It feels like it was almost a trap play by Thieves. To be like, let's force C, and if they try to crunch, we have the showstopper.
Has leveled up significantly, returned to that form associated with him from how excellent he was early on in the first couple years of Valorant, and he's right back at it.
Now again,
a little bit of like mismanagement of the utility, like the wall going up with the haunt at the same time.
And obviously going to be challenging with a man disadvantage for EG, but they have that Nightfall.
Bang going to be forced back by this one.
They have a late lurk with you.
Can deploy briefly there for Apoth. Unclear if he gleaned much from that.
Yeah, they are expecting that lurk. You can see Derek looking back. They are going in. You is like pushing, and he finds to Very good round by Andatives. They lose Bustio, basically. And that's it. Very, very good for their economy.
Star power of Asuna, the duelist right now, 7-1 to start this game off already. Not only did he find that beautiful first kill with the rocket, but look at him just winning out the trade attempts from EG, and EU is happy to go for that late flank and a man advantage situation as well, clean things up. And that was the eco swing round. EG, they're down to pennies.
We're in the duality of Jorgamo here. He's had a slow start. Hunter Thieves has been teasing him out of formation like a salacious rumor. 0-4 right now.
And again, we've seen this from EG a few times so far where they're stacking up towards A early, and Hunter Thieves have been content with giving that up.
That's something I like. The more I think about it, the less I like having the Cypher playing on C. Because people used to play Killjoy. I mean, and that is obviously playing Killjoy still. But people play Cypher more and more, and I feel like with a Cypher, you want to put your stuff down on like C and maybe put a trip on B, but you should play Cypher on Lotus like you play against a KO. You know, you put your stuff on one side and then you rotate to the other side. I feel like Cypher should be an A player, because if the Cypher dies and you have a trip B, it allows teams to just be able to lurk the same way that you was able to lurk last round. And it's very strong, very annoying. And Apoth was alive still, but if you have a trip on B to prevent a lurk or a push,
there's a smoke down on C from Hunter Thieves as Derek collects the orb on the
you should have your Cypher play towards A and away from C, so it doesn't die and you can keep that trip and that information for the late round. Because if you see the trip being broken in the late round, you know where the enemy like lurk is. And so you can assess more how much time do you have to retake. Like, can you push while he's away from B? Or do you have to like send people to intercept him and then do your retake and stuff like that? And that's something that like teams that play Cypher on Lotus don't really do.
After what we saw against Furia in the past, these ridiculous retakes on Lotus have not had the same efficacy against Hunter Thieves.
Because that lurk B when you like when you go in on C with like a fake A like, and stuff like that with the Viper wall and stuff. It's very, very often that like team play with a lurker coming from B and pushing like all the way behind waterfall and stuff.
This lead now threatening to blow out for 100 Thieves. It's another pistol save round here for EG. Just a neural theft to work with, and Apoth can't go for these late flank timings because he's been up on C. Not the B side as he often is. And that's been getting absolutely battered. Can EG be proactive in this round to sneak a player advantage at least?
It's just this trap play towards B from EG. You know, maybe Bustio, no, dodging that Prowler. It's not going to get set off. Jajimo, opportunity, but doesn't find it. Traded at the very least from Derek. No way they can recover that rifle, though.
Yeah, too far away. Hunter Thieves banking on someone attempting to get in there and take it.
And even at that, look at EU. He drops his own just to go forward to pick that up, throw it off the map, keep it further away. Every little advantage Hunter Thieves can get, they are going to take. Everything is on the line right now. Playoffs
There's
are
a
on
fake
the line.
smoke on
If
C
you win, you're in.
from 100 Thieves.
Okay, EU selling this. Bang just threw his poison orb up on this C side as well. Hunter Thieves are dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and they have drawn Derek over to C.
Look at how much time they've actually spent working the map. They're only 18 seconds.
Tony Superman, though, in nature to work with this. The showstopper's not going to do much more than make
saw
some
it.
space. Asuna, see Superman. It's an easy connection. And I will have that plan. Drop to be cleared now, and coming up from the back is Cryo. Set up for a longer angle. Limited options for EG. No corpses, of course, to mineral theft here. You're a numbers disadvantage, you don't have the weapons.
Could, of course, I mean, I could see a world where things could have gotten out of control, actually, for 100 Thieves there. You know, Superman took that peek. Maybe he gets the first shot. All of a sudden, Nature was close to heaven. You know, maybe they're able to flood in. 100 Thieves were dancing with danger a little bit, letting the clock run that low.
This should be about it. Yeah, Cryo's able to clean it up. 100 Thieves with a 5-round lead. And it's all business for this attacking side right now. Testing every corner of the map and coming up clutch each time.
Their economy is absolutely out of control. Right now, Boostio is only 1 orb away from getting the lockdown. When we head into this next round, EG, we get out of this replay. They have opted to take a time out here, which a little bit predictable, and it's for good reason. They've got many ultimates coming up on their side as well. A must-convert round for them. If they lose here, if their economy is cracked and they waste multiple ultimates at the attempt of a round win, 100 Thieves have completely run away with this half.
Something we've seen a bunch of times already is EG do push up on that A side, right? They test that lurk wall that Bang tends to respect. He backs away. Over on C, we've not seen any pushing up from EG. We've really seen that be the weak side of the map, that Apoth has just sat deep in with some trips for info and hope that the rotates can come in. Very much a post-plan plan for EG. But then when the time's to come to enact that plan, they find very little success.
It looks to me like 100 Thieves, when watching that Furia game against EG on this map, they've learned from Furia's mistakes in their post-plant C setups. Furia were really trying to fight forward, play a bit closer in the site, go for waterfall control, fight into halls, and that was their undoing. 100 Thieves, their approach has been to be a bit more steadfast in the site, hold nice crossfires for each other, and swing aggressively when EG are coming in. And EG have not been able to find those kills when 100 Thieves are set up so nicely.
We might actually see a pop here through C behind Jorgamo's operator. Does this get raw contacted? The first time we see EG really trying to establish presence on this side of the map. Okay, you gets legged. Oh, that hurts. Jorgamo still without a kill.
Able to hold the angle though. Certainly not feeling pressure to get off. Will now, because he wants to beat the rotate and set up elsewhere with that operator, the massive advantage of having it in the hands of the Neon. 100 Thieves working towards A this time. Apoth, who's adjusted the setup there, given the op was on the other side of the map early.
Prowler's dispatch, Paranoia connects, and Apoth has to get off the angle, but Arsenal was already there to catch him from the other side. It's Jorgamo from the back of the side. Great shot with the operator. And Apoth has given some room to breathe with Arsenal taken out. But Boostio quick to follow up. Hot hand here, looking for purchase. And Jorgamo dares 100 Thieves to come and test him now. He's on the board, he's online. Still no plant here from the Thieves. And that Neon ult expires. Still towards A, go to Thieves.
Can Bang find the timing here?
I think he has one. No, Jorg's gonna check, it's gonna be wrapped on by Nature as well. It's all up to Boostio, who's to aim tree. Can play off the turret at the very least, but this looks like EG have finally found their way into this game with a gun round, and there's Jorg again. When it rains, it pours, apparently.
That's a great call from Coach Potter out of the timeout. Bringing the operator in, a new little layer on the defensive side that we haven't seen. Matter of fact, I don't even think they did that once against Furia. They never needed to on the defense half there. Gets the leg shot on EU, but just off that, and the fact that 100 Thieves didn't try to re-clear that space, they left Superman there. Jorgamo felt like he could just hard rotate to A, pick up a new angle, does exactly that, finds another.
He did it by getting up onto that A side. He knew he couldn't play from tree. That was always, from stairs rather. It was always going to be smoked out. So definitely some risk with playing there. But 100 Thieves contacted and played into his hands.
And now EG have adjusted back to the setup that they've been doing more commonly earlier in this half. Though again, still with that Jorgamo operator. Just holding the angle on A. And now that some noise is made, you can see the EG defensive side drifting into B, drifting closer to C, where the lockdown is coming in from Boostio. That's going to force Apoth out.
And it might precipitate a challenge from Door here. Or just see that EG respect this lockdown entirely. So now they have to flood back in, and Arsenal wants to set a pretty far forward line of scrimmage. This is new for 100 Thieves. Normally they play the back of the site, but they want somebody. As Arsenal tries to back away. Jorgo gets in. Still stunned up as Arsenal. No one stepping up to challenge this though. George still able to find his first. And in the waterfall we go. And he almost gets away with it. EU now V2. Pinged out, caught. Back towards Mound. Cut off from the site.
Where are you?
A big swing could do it, but Superman holds it down.
Excellent retake from EG with a valiant effort from Austin. Excuse me, that timing was pretty wild to get through the smoke to catch two. Outrageous that he was able to make things just that close. I'm not getting too excited about EG yet, though, on this side of the map. That was still, again, that close, and they expended the Rolling Thunder and the Nightfall together to just get back in. Massive investment, obviously worth it. They needed that round win desperately, but I still, hold concerns for their ability to play these retakes on C.
Jorgo's picked up 5 frags in the last 2 rounds. Suffice to say, he's got a bit of wind in his sails now. And the flare that he showed in the previous round, definitely an indicator of that. This time, straight towards B for 100 Thieves. A token presence towards A. Jorgo's playing out by Mound with his op.
Hold on to slow down these. What a catch! Wow, that's lovely from Nature.
Prowler in, but Jorg knows now to post up a little closer here. Awkward part of the map to play this weapon. That aftershock doesn't do too much to disrupt us, and it just satchels away from the plant side. Cryo now realizes he's garnered the attention he was hoping for on A, but keeps his life. And with that showstopper in play here, EG will wait and slowly encircle this.
A time waster only is that showstopper. I mean, look at it. Pops, positioning, Cryo caught. EG should be able to pull this one off.
Scary for Bustio. Derek, though, doesn't want to come back in as the second player to challenge that. What a correction for Bustio. Drags the aim down and drags Jorgamo out of the round. EU in the post plant.
Come on.
Derek has to give it a crack here. Horndo pings him out. EU can bide his time. He gets off the defuse and he knows it is done. 100 T's. Take another step forward.
And there's just no way they should be winning that. Jorgamo sliding right into the crosshair of Bustio. A 5 versus 3. They had the read that Cryo would be going for that late flank again. That's what he did earlier in the half on round 3. Caught this time. And it just didn't matter. The ex-EG IGL dispatching of his old squad entirely.
Sometimes this is gravity is all you need. 7 now for 100 Thieves. Cryo often working for these flank timings and has not found much success late in the round. Now we get some aggression here over towards C-Long, and Jorgamo instantly taken out rather on the A side. And that for EG has deflated them instantly, trying to get some value out of these cheaper weapons. It blows up in their face.
That's the first time we've seen 100 Thieves really actively go for that early A fight. It is a dangerous one for them to take. But they do an excellent job covering those angles together on the push out. The scaling was nice. Tree being covered. A-Pop able to do a lot of damage with that Ghost.
Nature here, though, is going to find the game getting away from him pretty quickly. That spike will be extracted from Tree. And over to B, it's going to go here. You can see under these hoping to draw him out with that stinger. They were waiting for it. Bustio. Stone cold. There's one more round left in the half for EG.
Last round
getting the 4, I think,
half.
feels paramount.
And we've obviously seen with Lotus that this map is attack side favored, though. When you begin to bring these new compositions into the mix, that kind of goes up in the air a little bit because we essentially saw the 100 Thieves comp against another team running the same comp over and over and over and over, and that's how those numbers were developed. But when you bring what EG have now with the Neon, with the Breach, how does that exactly play out? You know, it's tough to say. We don't have enough data yet to really know. So could they turn things around? When the side swap, definitely. Is 3 enough right now? It's tough to say.
So much util being used here over on the B side of the map. We see a trade of kills there as Bustio's fell. Superman holds it down. Beautiful. It's going to get some action here, though, as the Prowler chomps him down. Jorgamo, unlikely to get any use out of this hot hand for now. Arsenal has already gotten to top of A. He might have a timing on Nature here. Oh, he has it indeed! 2 overwhelmed. Apop able to get in there, and now he's going to go up against Arsenal. He's good for it. Not a moment too soon, EG. Another flash, another round for them.
And another clutch for the man who went from a substitute to a starter. First time in the partnership league, wasn't even participating in challengers, playing actively last year. Was just on the practice squad and has outright won 2 rounds for the Evil Genius's side.
Nothing comes easy here though, Wyatt. They really had to work for this. Again, having to match the pace from 100 Thieves for EG has been important.
One enemy
And again, just questioning, is this enough? Is 4 enough rounds with this comp? We just don't know for sure right now. A fantastic half from 100 Thieves, though.
What can they do with this Neon base setup? Only one way to find out, folks. Stick around. We'll be back from the break in a moment.
Welcome back, everyone. What a half, a quick half, honestly. 100 Thieves are going to be up 8-4, but I think the story of this one, the duelist, whether it was Jogamo struggling in the beginning of that first half or Asuna popping off.
It was a very clear shift, right? Because the first 7 rounds, EG only win their bonus, and only barely at that. It was coming down to so many of these late round situations, but it was because 100 Thieves were in such a good position. Asuna finding so many kills. In the first 5 rounds, he had 9 kills, died 1 time. He was popping off at the start here.
Yeah, and then the post plans to finish the job too for them. But the saving grace was Jogamo actually picking it up towards the later end of that half and actually getting 4 rounds. And we were like, how many rounds do they need to make this a reality? 4, I think, considering the start, is great. And wow, look at that.
Yeah, because especially for Jogamo, like he started those first 7 rounds where they went 1-6. He didn't have a kill. Then he finds 2 multi-kills the next 2 rounds and gets EG very much back.
Let's not forget about Apop as well, who played a big role in 2 of the rounds that they were able to secure in 1v1s and 1v2s that gave them, you know, this score.
It was the bonus round, clutching that one up, and then it was round 12 at the end there too. This game could have been a complete blowout for 100 Thieves if he hadn't stepped up in those critical moments.
Yeah, but now we're going to be shifting sides, and we'll see now what Evil Geniuses can do as they're going to take their turn, and well, all pressure is going to be on EG. Can they do it? Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters to call the action.
Normally here we'd like to set expectations for what you should want to see from EG on this attacking side, but against Furia we didn't see much of it because they were so dominant on their defense half. EG did not look nearly like that earlier on against 100 Thieves. We didn't see those aggressive trap plays on defense, those pops. Really, they gave up a fair bit of the map and were forced into retake scenarios, which 100 Thieves were really comfortable in.
Absolutely, the retakes for EG were one of the best aspects of the game they had against Furia. 100 Thieves were well prepared for that. Antied their play on C very, very well.
And now we come. Even a Cam invested here over on the A side, so EG really trying to make sure the way is paved. Young booster here, probably good for a one and done. Has to get rid of the Prowler. Still no action yet from 100 Thieves. They're not really drifting over for this.
Yeah.
And look at his serve position. He knows that no one has actually pushed up further towards stairs from EG.
It's good info. It's been slow from EG, in fact, really piecemeal in terms of how they've taken this space. But now 100 Thieves are convinced that something is afoot over at A. Something's a little fishy. Buzio here, gonna be caught. Thinks about the swing, gets hit with a paranoia instantly. He's trying to buy time, and buy it well, he's done. Eventually, reinforcements arrive, but not before Superman downs him, and then he drops for a second. Okay, EG here to play. And now 100 Thieves had to peer in from upper. and maybe wrapped from stairs.
Oh, Boostio just swarmed by that cascade of utility from Evil Geniuses. Fantastic sight take.
Last player standing.
Cryo. No more. But if I get one here, it's a second. There's just so much to ask for from 48 health player. 13 and 7 in this game. Nature! Oh, Nature! Are you kidding? Haypot's having to shut it down anyway, and EG are on the board here in this second half. Pretty, I don't know, like meticulous take of A. They really spent heavily to make sure they were hitting the right side.
Slowed down the game. Allowed Boostio to rotate, back into the site, tucked away, and I mean, were they ever prepared for that? Stun into Seize, into Paranoia. Boostio did not play the game of Valorant that round at all. At some point in Tree, I saw he had his hand off his mouse. He could have just left it off the mouse the entire round. He didn't have anything to do.
And you don't have to be a liberator to know what Nature's reaction was to that random TP from Cryo catching him off guard. We're going to do it again. Over towards A go EG now. Anti-eco protocols in place. Somehow even more meticulous than the previous round.
Yeah, the starts are slow. They don't want to give anything away for no reason against 100 Thieves on this pure eco 5 classics. Nature and Apoth, they're the two players that are going to have the ghosts into this round.
Setting up for the Paranoia play is Cryo. To the EG pings on the map around his position. Prowler checks Tree, finds nothing. 100 Thieves are so deep in that site that may as well be in the Marianas Trench. Get him a bathysphere.
It's all 5 of them. Haven't made a sound, and EG, they're going to execute right into this.
Got no choice. In for a penny, in for a pound. Jaw steps up here on Jaws, found Boostio. Bank had a good time, and notice when that smoke, he knew someone was waiting on the other side of it. Almost Bank, almost. Brought down by Derek. Now Cryo can only stand up. Nicely done again, EG. It's step by step. They're not getting ahead of themselves here. This is how they claw back this deficit.
That was as scary as it gets.
You look like you really need to go to the bathroom.
I was getting tense there for EG. I mean, they just did not explore other areas of the map. I mean, you know,
open world players. They might just like go from quest to quest.
They could have thrown the beginning of this little comeback away. But they do a nice job cleaning it up. Specifically Derek, who with those kills and with that plant at the very end is now 1 away from the Nightfall already. Surely going to go and get him this ult orb on C where they're gaining map control.
They're throwing that smoke to counter the one-way on C. Jorg dives in, dips his toe in, says, not for me.
That was fast pressure from him.
Look at this.
There we go, Derek picking that orb up. The lone ult in play.
3 drawn across here for 100 Thieves. Even getting EU interested. Set up here to play up the C's. Haunt instead is the option. Here's that door open.
And you can see Derek immediately. He had his crosshair ready for that. Broke the Haunt instant. What? How does Apoth find that timing? He was just containing A and now the hit into C.
With the ghost. He's just told to go and find whatever he could. And he comes back with Moby Dick. Jorgamo here, creating a bit of space now. Bang can't really move from this spot. Flash comes out. Boostio did find Superman here, and Apoth has a timing hit through B, but it's going to be a while before it gets there. A second for Boostio. Great anchoring at the back of C here. And EG have to pull out. They know that they have B dead to run. Another with the ghost. The guy's unstoppable.
Derek's moving the spike into B now.
Should they bounce to the other extremity, though? Or back to C? It's all been a ruse. He's going to open the door again, though. A little bit frustrating.
Surely not a third. I mean, that would have just been...
He's 25 HP.
Out of control.
Eventually, EG decide on this C site. They do have the 2 rifles. Fault line also to play with. Okay, Derek.
Oh my God, the spam.
Boostio was 1.
He's Nature on the cross as well.
They had this crossfire. Nature actually pulling off the side here, checking anyone coming through from halls. Oh,
no, he did that.
It's up to Derek with 43 points of health now. Only 6 bullets left. Tap away. Has Bang to bring him down. 100 Thieves get that buffer back to 3.
A scrappy round at all parts. Oh my God, I can't believe what Apoth was able to do with the Ghost. I mean, how does he just swing out and deal with Asuna like that? Outrageous from him.
Busio again.
Spam from Derek.
One enemy remaining.
Again, Busio was in a situation there, right, where he has to anchor a site under extreme pressure. That time, I would have picked 2 up. Really slows that momentum down for EG. They seemed very indecisive about where they would land.
And that's how Potter likes her Sentinels to play, like Apoth. Find those advantages, take the risks, go off your intuition. And that's what he does there, finding multiple kills, putting economic pressure on 100 Thieves. This is an eco break round for them if EG take it.
Make sure. Busio here over on the big side. Wait this one out. Fault line to catch that corner, potentially. But over towards Mao, nothing is revealed with the door opening. Nature peels off a B, but he's still holding the spike, so keep an eye on that breach position.
Prowler gets broken. Nature still just steadfast holding B main while the rest of the team work towards C. Push up close, and even Apoth exploring towards A right now, trying to get as much control as they can for their IGL Nature to make the right call to hit the weak site, but Apoth goes down to Cryo.
Poison's off.
No lurk wall for EG to play behind. Apoth essentially has to contact much of that extremity. Okay. EU's been catnipped over towards C. TP now in the back of C as well from 100 Thieves. They are setting up for this. Bank stun briefly, very low. Shots come through the wall. They were good. Jorg for 2. Can he find more? Cryo seized, very low. And now Busio needs to make his way through door, but this is extremely telegraphed. Now, Jorg sees him for that high ground, and it's all up to Asuna.
Asuna, who's been the star for the team on this map so far, a little slow to begin the second half, dominated while on attack.
And this is too much, surely. Paint shells here, a lot of low health targets between Jorg and Derek.
Satchel out.
Satchel finds Derek. Jorg very, very low on the other side. It's a fake Satchel, or maybe intended to bounce it. There's the flash. Jorg had the timing. 4 for the Neon.
Could have gotten awkward with Jaw at such low HP.
Remember,
That little seize from Derek that came in backside onto Cryo that just caught him,
so
stalled his movement just a bit. EG knew they had to accelerate after Apoth went down on the opposite side of the map. It was a good execute, and now 100 Thieves' economy is broken. Headed in to the next EG. They're inching closer towards tying this game up.
Now we talked about an eco break round there. Well, EG winning that without a stabilize for a time. Asuna has to play the passive line here alongside EU. And up we inch again.
And for some of these 100 Thieves players, they'd be content if they can just walk away with maybe 1 kill. Bang or Busio close to the ultimate. Same for Asuna. We're headed towards a really big round in the next. So many ultimates in play for both teams. Of course, assuming EG win this, they should. They have the gun advantage. But 100 Thieves are stacked up in the right side of the map.
Fold line. Asuna has to tuck at the moment. Relay Bolt didn't catch anything, but Jorg knows something is afoot. Yes, they pinged Asuna out through the box. It goes down. EU steps up, only to be knocked over. Now we'll encircle tree. Jorg trends over towards that B side. Busio, you here, hoping for an evac.
Superman sent a smoke over to stairs, which will allow EG to work through the baby door, go into B if necessary, and counter smoke down now from Cryo. Round. Timer whittles down just a bit.
The
Great
anti-ego protocol so patient here from EG, and they're spending as well on that info. They don't get caught off guard. And it's another 3K plus round for Jorgamo here. Man's looking for more. Easy. Cryo plucked away. Boosty here doesn't have much to do at all. EG going to be able to narrow this down to a 1-round difference.
And despite having that advantage in the round, I do really like that neural theft that Apoth threw out. They're in a 5v3, they have better weaponry, but at the time, things were getting very foggy in terms of where they thought some of those 100 Thieves players could be positioned. When Cryo put down that counter smoke, we may be getting a little too silly. Silly levels are reaching max.
Yeah, well, Boostio out of his seat there, giving Jorgamo a standing ovation. He knew Joel wanted the ace. Always happy to play spoiler. There's our boy. And there it is. After 17 rounds of play, 100 Thieves only lead by a singular round. Again, so methodical was this take by EG, knowing they were up against a weaker buy. It didn't change the approach.
So close, Joe. You hate to see that. Timeout is going to be taken now by 100 Thieves, by Coach Zix. The ex-coach from Evil Geniuses who worked with Potter to win champions last year. That rivalry it's a new one, but
I mean, there is a lot of mixed DNA out here.
Yeah,
right?
the stories, they write themselves. Mixed DNA. The stories write themselves. The family tree is crazy.
That's right.
The EG bloodline.
And again, we're looking at Potter here, of course, rallying the troops at a one-round deficit. I think the question's been swirling all year is that, can she do it again? You know, this time around, she comes in with a team really untested, rookies, in some senses, like struggling to bring some of the pieces together around Jorgamo, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about EU on 100 Thieves as this guy coming up from Challengers. He was playing with M80. But yeah, he was on one of the best teams. He was on a team contending to get into partnership. Top 2 with G2, who ended up there. EG, they've had to pull from Challengers as well, but they're not getting the guys from the top teams. They're bringing in Nature, who was on a middling TSM roster, Superman from FaZe, like giving guys that, you know, show some potential a chance. And Potter is just such a skilled coach that she's molded them into players who can be in the playoffs in VCT partnership that are beating top teams.
That's the plan today for EG. Once more, a storyline that's repeated many times over this season. Again, it's pretty tentative on the approach for the Geniuses. Playing with the hot hand Nightfall this round as well. Boostio with the lockdown.
Nature ready with that line. Asuna! Able to get the first!
He wanted it more, that's for sure. Prowler here, Jordo sees the ping through the Viper wall, backs up though. Has to respect it. Evil Geniuses has been staved off for now on that A side, and Apoc might look to rattle the cage here. Caught EU with utilities hand, but he never expected the triple face. Now 3 left for EG to play with for 100 Thieves. It's a stately pace.
Things slowing down. They're hoping to maybe bait something out. Wow, great shot from Nature, but ultimately, really this won't matter. Derek goes down.
Money still reasonable here for EG, so it's still another potentially competitive round in the next. Ultimates to play off. Nightfall not available anymore, though. 100 Thieves have built a huge bank of these abilities. Look out for that showstopper in this round. He was a Nightfall of his own. Arsenal, again, just really took that fight raw. So vigilant. They're always looking for APOC, 100 Thieves. Always ready for that flank timing mid-round.
But right here, this coming round could be the one that we look back on as the game winner for 100 Thieves. The ultimate's available, the state of the EG economy, it's breakable right now. Nightfall, Showstopper, Lockdown, Viper's Pit, all available to ruin EG's economy, ruin their chances of bringing this Lotus game back. They've been so close to tying it up, but it feels so far away when you look at the state of the economy and ultimates at the moment.
Cryo's going to be inserted here at A. How long will Arsenal look to stay with him? Joel checking for that util. Bang immediately wants to stave them off with the Viper's Pit, and yup, Cryo wins that out. They still double face against Apoc. Once again, the loose end of EG is terminated.
Viper's Pit going to go in for further delay now.
Boosty hoping for a timing maybe. Here's that Nightfall. Couple EG players still embedded here on this side. Jorg deafened. The Viper's Pit's going to be an issue to break through here. Bang more than happy to set up inside of it. He might have made some noise there. Okay, great job running with the proud of that. That pit's about to come down. Lockdown over on the B side. It is going to affect the players trying to test C. Jorg has to pull on out of there. Still 3 for EG to work with, but time is ticking. They're running out. At least Nature has a foothold here over on the B side, but he's about to get some company. Cryo throws the paranoia. Somehow he's able to get away. Busio can't quite reach him. Jorg passes by. He's more than happy to create space with that relay. Bold nature. Just one will be enough. Just
10
one.
seconds left.
Puts EG in striking distance. Now in the post plant.
I mean, this is a mad round-the-world dash. Superman has the angle on Boostio. Will Boostio be prepared for this positioning from Superman? It's so distant from Jojimo. It could come down to 1v1s, pure skill.
He trusts Jorg. He's going to leave him in that position. Superman now just needs to hold his ground. Will he have a shot? Yes! Catches easy. He tries to run in. Now it's up to Busio, who needs to give this one a tap, and Jorg is good for it! EG refused to be broken.
There's just no way they should be winning that round. The patience they displayed over on the C site, Jojimo waiting and waiting. He was seized. He couldn't hear. The nightfall had deafened him. Couldn't see a thing with the pit in front of him.
And he ran the Prowler in.
They waited all out until that Prowler could be used. Lovely kill onto Bang, and then Nature so heads up. You know, he's not the guy that's doing most of the fragging for Evil Geniuses. He's their IGL, but the timing he finds there, his reaction to that win, tells the tale of how unlikely it was in that situation. 100 Thieves economy cracked. EG could finally tie up the game. It's been so close for them.
The deck was stacked against him, and they flipped the table instead. And the script on this match. Showstopper still held in reserve for Asuna. But again, only the Stinger to complement it. Stairs already smoked off here. Quicker play from EG.
Jojimo waiting to swing off that Prowler. Fantastic first kill from him. Can always trust that FKD stat to be outrageous in his hands when he's playing the Neon.
EG though cut noise, they really back off on this here. Jorg though, another probe, another attempt, sees the shoulder of Cryo, says all right, let's chip some bricks. In towards B, it's going to be some attention for Boostio. Stuck around the corner, takes the swing. Jorg though, yeah, he paves the way. Gets that util in first and secures an easy kill, and EU, ooh, yeah, he's out of his depth here.
When it comes to the utility outplays with the Neon, of the players that we have in America's Jojimo is right up there at the top of the list. What we've seen him do with this new agent post that recent buff, just making it look so strong. And it takes a player like him with the outrageous mechanics, the quick thinking, with the utility, with the movement to make it look this good. In the wrong hands, you could just be throwing your life away, you know, looking like a fool in some of these situations, but not him.
No, I mean,
never him.
He's always doing so much more than just creating space and getting traded on this Neon. It was almost cyclical, right? A couple of prods over towards that A site, and then a very quick snap in towards B, where Boostio was always going to be struggling. Overran him very quickly. So now the game is tied, 10 apiece. 100 Thieves in a position to buy back in, and they still have that Asuna showstopper to work with. They're starting to lose their grip on this game again as, yeah, in the last 8 rounds, 6 have gone to EG.
In that first half, Asuna finished 16-8. The desk highlighted the disparity between the two duelists. And now it's completely flipped. At one point, Jojimo 0-7. Now sitting at 20 for 16. The top of the leaderboard in the server.
0-7 to 20-16.
Mental.
Yeah. Sword cuts both ways. This time, at least, Jorg has it leveled at the throat of 100 Thieves. We'll have the rolling thunder for Nature as well. It'll be much harder for 100 Thieves to anchor those sites. They might have to give up some space in this round. Here's your round 21, folks. Over towards C is where eyes are aimed.
And you can see Nature has that fault line towards B. It's ready. You can see even on the left aim straight at Bang. There it is, and it forces him back. That's mound control acquired. Evil Geniuses early into this round. Even the door pressure just alluding to some presence in B main. 100 Thieves already, they're feeling the pressure. On 2 little areas of the map, 2 important areas of the map, though.
They have a turret at B at least. 100 Thieves know if someone is actually committing there properly. Jorg here again just wants to pull people out of position.
Matter of fact, EU actually prowled through B main, didn't see anyone, so that's no longer a concern, at least momentarily, for the 100 Thieves defense.
Means he's safe to drift in the waterfall direction now, bolster that C site further.
But if they bolster this site too heavily, if they stack within it too heavily, Nature's Rolling Thunder will get maximum value. Do they drop it and fight this?
They're going to go for it. There's the Prowler. It's beautiful. Bang in the EU deliver. Good for 3. Stun comes in with they shrug it off. And EU posts a sterling 3 kills there. What a pace variation for 100 Thieves. EG shell-shocked.
30
It's
seconds
risky,
left.
it's confident, and it works out. A great call from Boostio, perhaps, or one of those players stacked up there, just having a feeling, knowing that they could take those swings and win out the round because of it. Just a simple orb drop, bringing the game back to its roots, nothing complex. And they caught them at the perfect time. You could see Nature was ready with that Rolling Thunder. They were ready to execute and completely caught. What a timing.
And there it is. We know that the setup for these hits is pretty elaborate, right? The breach composition is fairly premeditated. It's set up heavy. If you can interrupt that timing, and you can really catch a team on the back foot. And EG were not ready for that, not at all.
Starting to feel like both teams have 5 timeouts in this game. They're just going back and forth. A testament to how tense this moment is for both of them, how much is on the line, the entirety of playoffs for EG. Not just playoffs, but their year is on the line. This is it for them. They need to make playoffs, and they need to get top 3 in it. For Potter, for Judgment to go back to champions, or it's over for them.
Yeah, today, just one step in a long road. It's been one trod by many of these players before. It's all about first achieving supremacy in the home region to have a shot at international glory.
One thing 100 Thieves haven't really done on this defense that I'm surprised by is ever bringing out the Odin. It's not been a part of their game plan. We haven't seen that towards Tree, and that in some situations will allow EG to get ult orbs more easily over on that side of the map. Popped to mind because Derek has won off that Nightfall again. He's had several of them in this game. They've really been prioritizing him getting access to those. And it seems like they're going to go do that on C again. They've already done that a couple times earlier in this half.
And again, they're always throwing that smoke down. This one's going to force bang off that angle.
Apoth containing towards A again. Mixed success there. Some crazy kills early in the half with the Ghost, and then later on getting caught out completely.
He's getting doubled up on by Cryo and Arsene. That is just how many resources 100 Thieves are willing to commit to keeping this Cypher quiet. Are they going to walk up on this? Okay, swing again. Much like the previous round, force out the poison orb. This time Nature clears the turret over at B, but there are actually bodies there to check for a walk up.
EG love that early pressure towards C. Prowler now as well, continuing to show that presence. Derek does have the Nightfall now. Nature, of course, carrying over that Rolling Thunder too. Massive pieces of execute, utility available.
EG wanted to disrespect that defensive smoke, but the poison orb made them think twice. They'll wait it out. Apoth still getting 2v1'd, and here comes Jorg almost straight into the site. You're going to be stunned up instantly, eats a Prowler. Jorg further. Now with the Rolling Thunder, there's a player that's not caught by it. It's bang! And he chooses his timing perfectly. Superman, though, on the side secures the trade. Now 3 players coming in from Waterfall for 100 Thieves, and Superman will be seized to the spot. It's an easy connect for Asuna, but a spike is already down. Now, though, EG very dispersed. 2 out towards Mound, and again, Apoth, as you know, has a flank timing, and EU is ready.
Look at the awareness from EU.
Too good. Now Derek and Nature on the outside looking in. Cryo brought down, but Arsene got the defuse anyway. 100 Thieves break. 2 rounds to the lead. And it's a weird economy for EG.
And Superman did all he could, getting that trade for Jojimo, who extended so deep backside, so heads up from Bang to play in that corner. Look at that catch, the freest kill for him. This second from Superman is outrageous, though, onto Boostio. But Asuna's creating that space, getting back in with the showstopper. That puts them in position to win it. These 100 Thieves players are looking so much better fundamentally. They are playing off of each other so much more cohesively than they have so far in Stage 2. They're getting back to that form that we saw, that elite form they displayed in the Stage 1 playoffs.
Tough round to lose for EG, but they can still buy fully into this one. Okay, we're just walking across hairs these days, apparently. EG trying the contact hit towards B, but for the last 2 rounds, it's been double stacked. Not that they've known it, because Nature couldn't check it fully. He just cleared the turret previously.
And at this point, what can EG even do in the round? 100 Thieves are going to slow things down, play for retake with this Nightfall. Alarmbot gets some info on C. They're even drifting there already.
Bring them down.
Anchoring towards that side of the map. Derek's just trying to let them know, hey guys, we're here, I swear. Well, the other two, Nature, Superman, working towards A, seeing if they can expose some hole in the defense of 100 Thieves.
Cryer's got no interest in giving them anything. He's happy to be a role player on this map. So yes, EG inch their way forward here. Now Pralo for EU, very illuminating. Cryer gets brought down, that was the A anchor player. Now the Nightfall with Super brings Arsenal down, and we are even, folks. 24 seconds left in the round. EG still a couple of steps from this site, and EU's gonna get embedded. He'll lie in wait.
Superman has that paranoia available. Teleporting in as well.
He sees him. There's the paranoia connecting, but he still gets his one.
10 seconds
Now
left.
from drop his bang.
Remaining.
It's Derek versus 2. Derek against his old team, and he can't get it done. 100 Thieves have not played this map since kickoff. They brought the heat today. What a way to start the series. And guess what map's next? One they're happy to see.
Absolutely. What a performance from Asuna. That first half was going crazy. Finished it at 16-8. Jojimo tried his best to put on the same performance, but just couldn't quite do it. That first half, that attacking half from 100 Thieves was just elite play. I mean, look at that right there. Trying to trade onto Asuna, he just can't do it. The showstoppers connecting every single one. He got a kill.
And the wildcard element of APOC shut down so often on this map. But secret weapon for EG that constantly throws people off their timings, has them looking over their shoulder, wasn't able to be a factor. 100 Thieves worked him and priced him into their gameplay. We're going to step away for a second. Next, Golden Boy and the Alistair's going to break down this first map.
Remaining.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time, it wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
I know.
Here's your wireless contract.
Do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative, switch!
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Red Bull gives you wings.
But Arsenal finds the timing.
Through at any point, and time now, and it is finally there. Ham on the board, maybe a chance for Kawasi, but he's got too much to account for, too much to deal with.
Standing here with Coach Zix, congratulations on that first win on Lotus. I wanted to ask you some insights on that map. Why did you let it float through? Because this was a big loss against Sentinels back in stage 1 at kickoff, and then it was a permaban that you guys had during Shanghai.
We, to be honest, we just didn't like Sunset. I mean, Lotus was a map, honestly, that we were good on in the past, but that we felt we needed a comp change. I feel comfortable sharing that now, but yeah, we felt we needed a comp change, but with so little time, we felt like because we had an open, like we didn't permaban anything at the time, we just decided, why not just permaban it? Definitely felt very good and looked good today. A lot in part because of our antis and a lot of, honestly, Gen G, just watching their VODs, like we learned a lot. So big props to them, big shout out to them, but yeah, it was a very good match from us. Hopefully it continues for map 2.
Hopefully it does continue. Congratulations and good luck on Bind.
Thank you so much, Vansili, for that extra insight. Thanks to Coach Zix as well. But 100 Thieves pick up the win on EG's pick of Lotus, 13-10. And there were so many things you could pick apart of that one. We talked about it briefly in the halftime, how Giacomo started things off slowly and then, you know, was able to like ramp things up. But then you had a lot of players individually popping off. Like, what a match it was, Ender.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. And I think 100 Thieves absolutely dialed in at the end because it's 10-10. And they go for this great reclear towards C. They've got 2 players there already, but then EU heats up to get involved here and bringing down this orb. They're all ready for these players.
And this is the coordination that we were missing in those first few series. 100 Thieves was losing, and we saw be so good in their last game against MIBR.
And their timing, too, is perfect. 3 players of EG have util in hand. I think they sent it off hearing a Prowler go out. There's only 1 dude with a gun in hand. He didn't have a chance. EG couldn't do anything about that play.
Yeah, I mean, really just an excellently played half there from 100 Thieves, because you were a little concerned going into it, right? Because you were starting to see Giacomo really begin to heat up. It was getting a little scary. In the beginning, we were like, oh, what's going on? You're pulling a secret agent over here. And then little by little, Giacomo just continued his reign of terror, even though they weren't able to pick up the dub.
Yeah, he started off 0-7 and then brought it back with multi-kills like this. It was just insane how he's able to string together all these kills and bring momentum into the next half, where he honestly ended up popping off. He ended the first half, what, like 6-11 or 7-11, and brought it back to being positive, which is ridiculous.
And you see how much impact he has on the attacking side for EG. The fast rotates to set up their next area that they want to take space from. The way he's entering, his slides and his movement are so good at isolating side anchors and getting the opening kills for EG. And on top of that, his mechanics, his aim are just ridiculous when he's on. He was the guy that almost won this game for EG.
Yeah, and just to quickly give some hope for EG fans, yeah, you lost the first map, but EG has lost first map Lotus to 2 teams before in the past, Sentinels and Loud, and they brought it back and reverse swept. So there's some positives here to look forward to, just like how Giacomo brought it back and made himself positive.
Yeah, no, that is completely fair. Good thing to keep in mind as we take a look at Coach Potter, who's standing by with Vansili for map 2.
Standing here now with Coach Potter. Potter, this was a tough first map here, a tough loss against 100 Thieves, and I feel like this has got to be difficult because you're playing against your ex-coach, Zix. So does that make the preparation a lot harder going into this game?
Not really. For us, we've been focusing hard on ourselves and just going back and kind of fixing our own mistakes. It is unfortunate. I feel like we could have closed that Lotus out. I'm proud of the guys for the comeback that we had, and that means a lot coming into maps 2 and 3.
Well, hopefully we'll see that for sure. Good luck, Potter.
Thank you.
All right, so you got some optimism there from Potter and the EG camp, which, you know, obviously you got to have here, right? This is a high-pressure game. Let's not forget about the stakes of this matchup. If you're just joining us, we have 1 spot left in the playoffs here, VCT Americas, and one of these 2 teams is going to claim that spot at the end of the day today.
Absolutely, but for EG fans, you are selling some hope with Giacomo, and you might be looking at this one thinking, we're going into bind against 100 Thieves, and they've been damn good on that map all year, but the last time we saw EG play, they debuted a new comp, pulling out the Omen on this map, and I think they looked great. The ideas they had to take different parts of the map with various Omen one-ways, scale off that, and then have these really powerful hits helped out by the Omen TPing in and Paranoias as well. It looked great.
It was really interesting because they'd use those one-ways on the teleporters, right? On the doors there, so that they could never get crunched on when they were trying to exec into a site. Now that said, what we heard Zix talking about already on Lotus was like, hey, they came in, they did their antis. You saw that, yeah, they got burned the one time by A+ like ghost double dinked. But after that, like EU's like trained watching the flanks, so not letting that come through. So I am really curious what 100 Thieves antis are going to be coming into this bind map against that one-way, you know, double smoke thing that they've already seen.
Yeah, of course. Now, we do want to let everyone know, quick delay on stage. We're going to get everything sorted, and then we'll jump into the action as soon as possible. Thank you so much for bearing with us. But to continue the conversation, though, something you had said, Mimi, about, you know, how this EG team has really improved their play on Bind. But is it enough? Do you feel like, because, I mean, Bind, 100 Thieves, it's like peanut butter and jelly. It feels like it just goes hand in hand with one another, you know?
I think a lot of this comes down to how good the prep is for 100 Thieves. We haven't seen a team beat this comp yet. So they're kind of in the unique position where they're the squad who has to really figure out what are the weaknesses, what are the holes, and come in with a great game plan here.
And I think what I would do, sort of like going against the one-ways, because the really annoying thing about those is that you don't actually know when they're down. You just have to assume they're kind of down at all times because you don't know the one-ways are on the TP until you actually go into the TP. So it's not like you can react to that specific cue. You have to look for other cues that EG are going to be giving you. And the way a lot of teams like to play Bind on defense is they'll fight around the teleporter. So they'll fight like A short to TP through into hookah. They'll fight for B long to get the fast TPs onto the other lane. I think it might be possible that 100 Thieves shift their play a little bit more, play heavier actually inside hookah itself to lock that down and fight heavier over showers from the actual showers position.
Yeah, and to talk about, you know, the attacking side approach for 100 Thieves, something that they're really good at doing is splitting sites and just util bombing backside. But what are you going to do now that there's a one-way in Octagon, there's a one-way in showers, right? And it's traditionally the Viper, and you can kind of wait that out, but with an Omen on the field, you can cycle the one-ways. That's the difference here. Is your cohesion still going to be on point like it is?
I will say, though, I think 100 Thieves have always been pretty good at playing these slower mid-rounds and finding those gaps in normally up against that Viper utility to actually scale and take this space in long. I think playing against this Omen comp does necessitate a slower game plan on your attacking side, which I feel like Busio is good for.
Yeah, and that will be certainly a challenge for Busio as we get ready for Bind. And he stood up again. That will be number 6 or 7, if I'm keeping the tally correctly. No, I'm pretty sure. I've been keeping track. I've been counting. I think it might be 5 or 6. 7 might be troll. It's one of those 3 numbers there. But, of course, there's a lot of pressure for both of these teams as we had set that stage beforehand for EG and 100 Thieves. There's so much happening here as well, the dynamics between the players on each side. Busio and Zix being a part of the championship EG roster last year and then moving to 100 Thieves, trying to give themselves, you know, an opportunity to really, I guess, shine outside of the EG camp.
It's very true. Honestly, like, you're setting up a beautiful story, but I'm seeing something very different for EG.
What do you see?
They're off the Omen.
Oh, no.
I'm seeing a Viper.
Is that why you had your eyes trained to the screen?
Yeah, I'm right up on the screen there trying to see what's going on.
All right, well, let's see what we got here.
Oh, wait, me when I lie.
You lie.
And you are a dirty liar. All right, well, there you make sure you're paying attention, viewers. All right, there you go. The agent's locked in.
100 Thieves don't go back to the comp they've always been playing on this map. I will say, strong word, Christian. I think really big strengths for this one is you have a lot of initiator utility to, in the mid-round, re-clear these longs, the long and on the other side towards showers, to be able to take that space in the mid-round once those one-ways are down. I think, though, for 100 Thieves, they're going to be a lot stronger on that attacking side, and I think the Omen is a little less strong there, especially compared to that Viper you're giving up.
Well, let's see if 100 Thieves can close it out with a 2-0 here and now, or will EG force that map 3? Because you know they desperately need to. Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters for this one. It's Uber and Wyatt yet again.
Let's go!
100 Thieves got to be feeling good coming into this second map with already one under their belt. It's Bind, a map that they've been credited as kind of the ones that drew up the blueprint for, Wyatt.
Absolutely. This has been their home. They've been nigh impossible to beat here until recently. Lev were able to do that task exactly just a couple weeks ago on this
map. Comp as well. They used it against them.
They ripped it from them and beat them with it. 100 Thieves in that game looked more lost than I've really ever seen them on Bind. I'd never seen their fundamentals on this map look so off. They were sometimes outpacing their own utility, overextending and dying, sometimes going too slowly. The utility becoming ineffective because of it. It's an excellent comp. They're excellent here. They know how to win, but they need to execute it better than they did against Leviathan to beat a formidable EG.
So far, they've shaped up in a big way on Lotus, a map we hadn't seen from them in a while, but now on Bind, it's familiar territory for your Thieves. Okay, here comes that flash, followed up by the wingman. Arsenault has an off angle, and he makes good use of it here. Doesn't back away to the TP, he's good for the fight. He'll take two, and EU will be there to swing on in and follow up.
And 100 Thieves love to play players in that teleporter corner. Sometimes it's Arsenault, a lot of times it'll be Bang. And somehow they're always able to get kills there.
Tight little off angle, right?
Yeah, they're so effective at baiting attention, drawing it from the attackers towards that octagon side, making it free for that tucked player to get at least theirs. Nature and Apoth, tall task here.
Boostio looks like he's almost smiling from the corners of his mouth, playing that position with the shorty. Here's the plant by Triple. We'll have the TP play for EU. He's on his way to be met by Apoth instantly. You know, it's all about flanking and how to counter it.
Apoth will be the one to win this round if EG can somehow bring this back.
But don't double swing that!
What a shot!
Just Boostio, they close the challenge! Apoth gets cryo. Yes, Snakebite keeps him at bay for now, but Bang has an awkward situation to work with. 1 versus 1, and Apoth will be canning about this. He swings it. Bang chasing.
The speed from the stem.
Apoth just baits him away.
He didn't even get half yet.
He's too fast. Now Sunspan through the wall, gets it to half. Apoth thinks about it now, finally peeks out, but oh, he's too good for this. Oh, he's too good. Bang gets his head ripped clean off. And EG with a nail-biting pistol.
Oh, there's no world where they should be winning that. Just that bit of health as well given to him from nature, the sky. That is outrageous. Apoth with the ghost, man. He was doing it against rifles on Lotus. Against pistols, that's way too easy for him, Mitch. He could do that all day.
Oh, buddy.
Use those stims were so good as well, just to get the speed to tuck around the corner, to throw Bang off, and he wasn't able to get to half on the spike, and that was his undoing.
Okay, Bang. The frustration written all over his face after that pistol. Has to put it out of his mind now. As this time we don't see that tucked position by TP from 100 Thieves.
And that's that annoying one-way all the way up along towards Octagon that Superman will place very frequently. It denies jump spotting, so it's going to force some of that information utility to have to come out. Jojimo, nicely done on that angle.
Yeah, they really syncopate their aggression towards B. They don't push up into Hookah at all. And they're just contacting this. Arsenal, a couple shots here. Dizzy comes out. EG able to bring 2 of the defenders down now, and it is just going to be EU left. Looking to convert here on this anti-eco.
For all of that first map, Lotus, who was EG, that were down trying to claw back. Maybe here on Bind, the pick of 100 Thieves is where they can finally be the team in the lead. Force some uncomfortable decisions for 100 Thieves to have to make in tight economy rounds. That was always EG's undoing.
Always the reflection of these smokes from Superman.
So frustrating to deal with.
And EU had to bide most of his time waiting for Boostio to make a push onto the B side. That smoke is still up, only just now dissipating. Jorg is dealt with here, but EU does not have the time to do anything else. See what he can get coming out of this round, but EG have successfully converted here.
Nicely done from Derek, getting close to that first thrash. Of course, easy for Gecko to just cycle that ultimate over and over. What I'm thinking about now, though, is just you have to appreciate EG's willingness to come into this stage trying new things on pretty much every single map. Whether it was ISO early on, the Neon with Jojimo, this double smokes comp here, They took that time off from Shanghai to reinvent themselves in that way, and they're up against a team 100 Thieves that were at Shanghai that didn't have the time to invent themselves in a new way after. They're playing the standard stuff, they're playing what they have in the past, and when they're at the top of the mountain and everyone is watching them on Bind, watching this comp, everyone is going to learn how to counter it, how to anti their setups.
Same one way towards Octagon again. Apoth moves in behind it. Ready to set those brim smokes up here on the B side, and instantly Jorg comes out. Dizzy paves the way, but Jorg's hit by one himself. Boostio has the counter flash. And EG fall to pieces now. Nature gets his, but that's it. EU for 3 in the round. 100 Thieves establish themselves in this game.
Yeah, and just like that, swatted down by a simple but effective crossfire on the B site. You can see the pathing that Jojimo wanted to go for. Throwing that nade on the right side back tube, satcheling to the left with the Dizzy up, hoping that that player would be pushed into him right there, Boostio, but Boostio was not blinded. Able to get that clean kill, while EU...
Yeah, that counter Dizzy timing on Jorgimo really messed him up.
Absolutely. That was just the bonus, though. Here's the full buy for EG. They have that Thrash for Derek. Could be pivotal.
Well, on this A side, we see Cryo, who loves to swing his own smokes quite often. Thrash gets to his target. Arsenal has to get busy, but
it has to get broken.
He has to bring it down. Jorg just rips through 100 Thieves.
That just has to get broken. You can't allow that Thrash to connect. And not in a setup like that. A high-low, 2 people looking at it.
Grenade!
Tragic for 100 Thieves.
Oh, it's an unmitigated disaster, Wyatt. Make no mistake. 100 Thieves win against that bonus, and now a shaky economy is about to get dashed.
They have to save these rifles. They will have a buy into the next because of it. No option but.
2 rifles saved means that 5 can have them in the next round. Obviously, Boosty and Asuna are skint, as they say.
What a fast round from EG. The swiftness up short, and then at the same time, too, a small thing to note, but you know, Nature was clearing out showers with the Trailblazer at the same time, which forced that third player back triple, where they went down when the hit came in through short.
It's Cryo, I think.
That's going to be a consistent battle against EU in the showers area of the map. Oh, wow, bang.
Okay.
Able to hold that rifle.
Great way to keep a lid on the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, throwing away 3 for EG is very significant.
Here it is. Oh, Jorg makes a perfect decision. Knows that Arson is the undetained player. Yeah, some big multi-kill scenarios in that last round.
Here's the thing, with that 3K from Jaw, he's now got the showstopper. If they want to continue this electric pace that they're on, go for another fast hit, the showstopper is the perfect tool to do it.
Same mosh here, designed for Octagon. Obviously the one-way also being committed there. It's the most important part of the map for 100 Thieves, I have to say. That B-long spot, they've been forced off of it the last few rounds. Cheeky, Apot, all too cheeky. Bang's been rock solid the last couple of rounds.
Heal up, squad.
That fight a little bit awkward for Apoth, honestly, just because of the one-way from Superman. You know, not able to get a great angle there.
He wanted to test it. He wanted to challenge it. And he got burnt as a result. Bang still very healthy here. Ready to hold down. He's got Boostio turn anti-flash for him here. Might need some help from him in a moment. Bang's good for the 1, and here comes Jaw! No connection. Boostio just able to get away from the explosion. Now the Nightfall defensively. EU ready to hold his ground. Then a wingman action. EU playing close. Jaw got smashed. Super very, very low. And yeah, a little spray down from EU is pretty good for Derek. The last option. Didn't last much longer.
These crossfires on B looking effective from 100 Thieves so far. Boostio, perhaps a little bit lucky to get away with his life, but did a nice job getting out at just the right time to tuck that corner into elbow. Escape Jojimo's rocket. Bang starting to heat up just a bit. Was a slow starter on Lotus. Didn't end up really getting much done. We do know that he's an incredibly talented Viper player. Anchoring specifically. There's just certain areas of each map, like if you're on Icebox, you know he's going to be towards B main. He's going to be a rock there. And I associate him in the same way with B on this map, playing towards long.
Cryo's been rotated over to the B side this time, because the Viper speed here for Bang will funnel EG to the extremities. In this case, 3 to shower for the attackers.
Not Jojimo with the airplane bucket.
Oh,
no. Derek going to collect another orb, work towards another thrash as fast as possible. Get those easy plants with the wingmen, stack them up.
EG here on the group up. They do have obviously 2 players inserted towards that Shower's exit, and they may look to test this pip with the Trailblazer.
Yeah, and Derek just got a little exchange, picks up with the spike there as the Trailblazer. Here's nicely done from Bang, good movement.
Arsena steps ahead of the smoke here. He knows the hit's about to come in. Here comes Jorg. Bucky in head. Bucky clatters to the ground. Arsena takes him down with a paint shell. Bang, in front of the TP. Emerges from the Viper spin at just the right time. Now EG aren't cooking anything this round.
Absolutely locked down from 100 Thieves. And in a small way, but in a fairly significant way, you're seeing the repercussions of Bang's 3K in the post round a couple rounds ago when they were trying to take his rifle away. But he actually gets 3 because of it. Got to the Viper's pit sooner, able to use it earlier in the half, and forcing EG in this tough economic situation. Small things add up, and that made a significant difference.
Big round for Bang, another one. Multiple 3Ks he's been able to string together. Now EG pretty unsuccessful in that previous round, but only had a Bucky and a bunch of pistols to play with. This time buying in around the orbital strike of Apoth. Of course, they do have Seekers to play with, but none of those big shock and awe entry, you know, ultimates like the Thrash or the Showstopper. They're gonna have to wait on those. And now Potter masterminding a plan to get them into the lead in this round. It's 3 apiece.
We're really going to need to see EG on the stack do a more comprehensive job of clearing out B-Long. They've succumbed to players tucked in the corner, Bang on the previous, you know, fighting close, staying in Octagon. It's where the Sky utility can really pay off, having that Trailblazer to run through, clear all of those corners, force Bang out of a position like that, but they're giving up just honest duels in that area and then getting bested by crossfires when they try to work their way into the site. That area of the map is one where 100 Thieves really know how to play. It's going to need to be addressed at some point here from EG. They can't just give it up.
The one-way from EG breaks up the crossfire from the TP cubby and Octagon crossfire that 100 Thieves like to put together. So that means that Bang is forced to play back within Octagon or even fall back from that mosh pit that often gets thrown at him.
There's that one way again from Superman. He was pushed up all the way safely into Shower. And because of that, look at the rotation top map. That's going to be Cryo working closer towards the B site, getting in range with the smokes.
So much space been bought there. We'll still check this off corner. Apoth this time doesn't challenge the one way.
And there's that dog to force back Bang.
Slowly but surely, space being taken by EG. They're now set up in Octagon.
Look at Apoth. He has his ultimate. Could be a moment to place that and get a kill, but it's actually Superman cross map. Deals with Asuna somehow.
It's that lurking Omen. Superman has ultimate available. That TP is there. Apoth is down. They need the Omen smokes on this side if they want to be able to kill it behind them, but they have to slow this up. Here comes that TP play now. The drag of the rotations over towards A. Guiding Light catches EU. He's forced to now play tentatively here from behind Triple. Standard smokes and E would love to interrupt this plant, but Ringman gets the job done. He'll have to play back for retake. Thrash now for the attack as Derek goes hunting. Brought down before he found his mark. Oh, this is ugly. Oh, it's dirty. 100 Thieves try to challenge into U-Haul, but EG had it locked down.
Lovely from Nature there, fighting a bit deeper into the site. Great call as well, TPing at the perfect time off the Trailblazers. A nicely done round from Nature, the IGL new to the partnership.
Oh, what? I mean, that singular one-way they're throwing over towards Octagon is pulling Cryo out of position, making that TP rotation all the more viable. Axe.
Nice, guys. Good job, good job.
Bringing a lot of the energy to the team as well. It's a tough task in front of him. Going up against the world champion IGL in Boostio. This is a level of play that Nature has not found himself at just yet. He has absolutely risen to the occasion this year in partnerships. His first time in the league. But this is the final test for him. They need this win to make it into the playoffs. Do or die. So much pressure on these young EG players.
It's got to be this map. And it's got to be the next one as well. That would be Ascent. For now, it is all about Bine, and these two teams have been going blow for blow. Both pretty well bored up. Thrash is available here, as well as the Showstopper for the defenders.
And EG have made an adjustment where now, you know, Superman is the one kind of containing towards the shower side of the map, using that extra initiator utility to clear out long here.
Still has that all up so he can work it. Apos stuck on top of the snake bite. Oh, Arsenal got a freebie as well. 2-for-1 special. Nature fell to the paint shells. Oh man, EG completely shattered on that B long position. Superman again has been ranging far and wide because that ultimate is available. Trying to dig something out.
30 seconds
Maybe
left.
could find a timing here on Boostio. Maybe can isolate a 1v1 and teleport back to his teammates in Hookah.
There's no fast rotation though for the B-side players. They can't go through TP from Hookah. It's like Superman checked elbow there and cancelled, so he is raising.
What is that? How did they just get the kills? Dropping out of Hookah?
Just exploded out of Hookah.
That shouldn't be able to happen.
The double face for 100 Thieves. I guess they were vulnerable to it, stacked up an elbow the way they were. And now it's up to Cryo, who we have hardly spoken of in this game. He's been caught swinging between the two sides like a pendulum, getting pulled out of position. Now he has to pull it together for the Thieves.
Launching smoke.
And frankly, it's 100 Thieves right now playing a better game, but it's the EG players making miracles happen.
Nice try.
That's one. Derek here tests Cryo, now starting to run out of that buffer. Time is ticking. Superman shows himself, then backs away. Cryo, no other option but to go for it here. On the defuse, and Derek says no.
100 Thieves have been displaying so many different looks of their B-long control. They vary it constantly. They've all worked, and EG are in the lead. They're constantly finding advantages. But these players from Evil Geniuses just won't give up. This is perfect from them. The Dizzy, the Molly, the utility coming in from Asuna, the showstopper. I mean, look at this, that swing with the satchel. I mean, that is one way to get out of Hookah, the only way to get out of there successfully.
You defeat the crosshair lineup when you have a player to follow up on you. It's just perfect. The 100 Thieves defenders didn't know where to aim at all. Yes, it'll have to be a timeout here. Take a breath.
I mean, it's so frustrating when you know you're making the right decisions. Like, they are playing the utility game well. They are finding the timings at long. They're finding advantages, and they're slipping away. Even back to the pistol round, it was a 2 versus 4 that Apoth and Nature recovered. Every single round, someone from EG is stepping up. Superman is at the bottom of the scoreboard right now for them with only 4 kills, but they've been impact kills from him.
And he was the one who checked elbow with that Omen ultimate. He's the one that telegraphed the double stack of 100 Thieves defenders so that Jorg could make that satchel play out of Hookah.
Massive value. Massive value from him.
And by the way, getting at least doing more than just trading 1-for-1 each time he's playing as the loose end of that A side.
Absolutely.
Impact frags.
In their last game on Bind, he lit the world on fire against Furia. Absolutely torched the Brazilian side. They could never shut him down. He's been outrageous in stage 2. His KD well over 1. Putting up insane numbers. Another rookie to the league who's been playing the game for years, since the beginning, since 2020, but has never found an opportunity to shine on the world stage or even with a top tier team here in the Americas, and now finally has his chance and is proving his worth every single map.
100 Thieves here, stack 3 at the back of A. Brief cursory look over towards Showers, but nothing more. Trailblazer looking to check short here. There's the molly to try and catch them coming down short, but EG are ready for it. Superman's already been able to wrap around. What a timing he found. Cryo's going to be forced back by the Dizzy, and Super's waiting for him. He is in the cookie jar, in the worst way possible, and nobody can stand against him. Rushing out of Shower there. 100 Thieves completely overwhelmed by the pace of EG.
What a cool hit onto that A site from EG, pinching the players in lamps, the teleport in from Superman. Just going right through the Brimstone ultimate laid down. Doesn't have a care in the world. 1 versus 2, the time is just dwindling, so Bang, yeah, not even going to attempt to go for this. Going to bring that Phantom into the next. It's been so back and forth. Yet somehow EG have come away with this massive lead. Every single round has come down to the wire. Except really for this one, some dominance. From the EG side, that timing. Derek
in the night.
Against his old teammate Bang, almost finding an engagement, but they'll both live to see the next round.
1 gun saves. But the money story on the other side of things isn't great. for 100 Thieves. Oh, that flash timing. Superman's so well set up for that.
That Dizzy is perfect from Derek, just drifting past Lamps. Catches Cryo on the retreat, shut down by the controller opposition, Superman.
That was the face of Boostio there, of someone who feels like they're doing everything right and still can't get the dub.
A new look here from 100 Thieves as they go for some very proactive shower control. A deep haunt doesn't get broken, so that offers some nice information. As the opposite side, they were standing towards B long. It looked like if they needed to, if they wanted to, perhaps could have gone for an aggressive play through the teleporter, but doesn't come to fruition.
We're back to this crossfire here at the top of B long for 100 Thieves. Haven't seen this since the pistol, I want to say.
Again, listen, when you're up against 100 Thieves, you've got to know they love playing that little crossfire at the teleport. They do it constantly over at B.
He's going to force the use of some util to check that left side. Apoth has a look. Now Octagon control, and simultaneously there is actually some presence here in Hookah. Something we haven't seen from EG now. They're going to split onto this B side. Oh, Asuna gets chomped to bits. Apoth very much ready to capitalize here. And look at the rush! He's taken! Heads are rolling! As only the king can demand. And guess what? Your boy Cryo, on his way to the site. Shoulder the pickaxe, off to work.
Now these executes are starting to look really comprehensive from EG.
30 seconds left.
Listen, it's always nice when you get a little bit of a free spam kill to open things up from nature as well, but the Trailblazer after is perfect. Get that easy kill close. The Dizzy perfectly placed from Derek, who's had a fantastic season, a fantastic 2024. Career completely rejuvenated with this EG squad. Was struggling last year with 100 Thieves that couldn't find their footing. Derek had the worst year of his career, and now this year, in all stat categories, has improved massively. Every last one.
And the structures couldn't be any different. Last year, 100 Thieves, they were so restrained, they were so formulaic. Now, this EG team is so free-flowing. Given agency by Potter, saying, go, do what you can, find what you can, play with your own intuition. And it's transformed Derek and this team as well. Continue to find success even with such a different roster.
Look at the way that they've been cycling these ultimates on EG. Derek with another Thrash ready. Nature, he felt like he popped his Trailblazer just a round ago. Has that available, a 1 orb. Needs to be acquired for it.
Trailblazer checks down into U-Haul, forces Asuna off the truck. Super, another TP!
It's so cool. It's just so cool. He's TP'd all the way into heaven.
He's looking down at his subjects and EU. I never knew he'd be walking into that. Now to smoke it off. Insult to injury. Bang gets ahead of it at least. Super. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Tell you what, when he may lack in stature outside of the server, he brings inside. What a Goliath. And now it's your boy Boosty, who again has looked frustrated, thwarted many a time in this game. Flash double face.
Every little detail, the jiggle, they spot him, the flash next when they know he'll be watching the angle with the crosshair. Every fine detail from EG ironed out. Starting to play this half to perfection. It was chaotic early on. They were barely scraping the round wins by pure individuality. And now these executes, oh, it's just fantastic.
It's so inventive. Such comfort about trying these harebrained ideas.
And funny enough, the only other player I can think of that likes to get on triple to take fights as much as Superman is Asuna. He's really the only one. Such a wild style to play Omen on in this map. I mean, wild to bring Omen into this map in general in a comp like this. It just does not happen.
Have we seen an orbital strike this game?
From Cryo, I don't believe we have.
He's held it. Never had a real chance to make use of it.
He's been quiet so far, and this is a map where we've seen him drop bombs on teams. Was that like 30 at Shanghai against Foot?
He's getting no action. B constantly getting hammered here by EG.
And those post-timeout adjustments that they made to taking control of B and forcing back those defenders who were so rooted into Octagon early on, Bang specifically, was such a thorn in their side there.
Notice that Super's sitting well back here, watching for a flank timing. See him there at the bottom of the minimap while all this is going on. He's going to amble his way over towards Hookah, I'd suggest. Dizzy doesn't spot anything here. Smoke's laid down. Back over towards CT now for EG, but they are biding their time.
30 seconds
Molly
left.
the corner. Now we walk on in. Wingman at the 4. Bang gonna have to pick his spot here perfectly, but EU never had an opportunity to take a fight. There's the orbital strike. Jorg jumps out of it. Bang can't see through it. And that's a showstopper kill on Arsena, who is waiting in elbow. Down to 2 here for 100 Thieves. Jorg gonna sit tight for now in elbow. Clears the back of it, of course, with that bomb buddy.
This EG crossfire is fantastic.
Bang's got no choice but to try and break through one arm of this pizza. They're going after Derek instead. Job done. Oh, they turn the attention.
How did they break it?
The passive ankle, Super can't do it. Just one, and Cryo barely stays alive.
How did they break that crossfire? 3-prong. They just take the duels. EG not ready to help each other there. That shot through the wall from Cryo. He's not done much this half, frankly. Finally comes to life in the server at the very end to at least get 4 on the board. But still, this is not a situation we're used to seeing 100 Thieves on this map. This has been their home. They have dominated Bind all year long.
There is again, finally see that orbital strike come down. Cryo is such a tight angle. They do split that crossfire up. Nice!
Okay, let's win it. Come here.
Some signs of relief. Let's jubilation on the faces of 100 Thieves. They needed that round real badly. We'll be back, of course, with the second half right after this.
This match has delivered, and we are in our halftime. Now, we're going to flip sides, but we got to talk about some of the top performers. One of those individuals has been someone you kind of saw in the commercial break there, Apuff. He actually has been lights out for this team in moments where they need him.
Yeah, on the first map and here on Bind as well, he's been super impactful. And this guy's journey is incredible. From playing on the pre-franchising early days EG to last year being on their reserve roster, being the guy who has to fit into different comps to scrim against Boostio and Potter, that team that went on to win champions, and now on the main roster, stepping up.
And the way Potter has used him in this team is so interesting. So many rounds there on the Brimstone. He's actually one of the first players taking fights. When when there's ults available, like he's the one stepping up. Superman also entering in a lot of those rounds. It is wild.
Yeah, the pathing they have with this Omen comp on attack was amazing. But now flipping sides, 100 Thieves with 4. They've been strong on the attacking side. Boostio's mid-rounding especially has been a strong suit.
EG's trying to desperately force that map 3. Playoffs on the line. Let's send it back over to the casters.
It's Cryocells to bail 100 Thieves out there in that last round of the half, getting them to 4, trying to make it respectable.
And I want to see a lot more from him. Now, back in the Stage 1 playoffs, he was putting up a 1.33 KD, and in Stage 2, only 0.89. I mean, that is a steep drop-off for one of the duelists we consider the best in our region, the best in the world.
Here comes a fast hit. Arsena swooping on in. Claims Jorg, but traded out instantly. Super immediately goes into Lamps. Finds 2 to face him down. Now we see the rest of the defenders working their way in.
100 Thieves love to get proactive on these A hits of pushing over the truck past it with Asena's double satchels. Apuff is on a mad long flank right now towards Market. A lot of distance to cover.
Derek and Nature both have flashes here. They come out simultaneously, allowing Derek to push that smoke and wins out versus EU. Counter Dizzy comes in though. Boostio Keeping it locked down here. Good pressure on Nature. And out up to Apoth, who has that flank timing. Alongside Nature, who was low. 2 versus 2, jump peeks it, comes on through, bang, tucked in the corner, not able to duck the shots. Here's the defuse attempt, but Cryo, what was that? Speak the devil's name, and he doesn't appear.
Oh, what a flick shot. Low HP, who cares? That was nasty from Cryo. If he can come to life, 100 Thieves, they're begging for him to do so. They need him. He's been very quiet in stage 2. 2 rounds in a row now. He's won out for the squad.
That was gorgeous. Unbelievable.
Things getting dangerously close again. All of these rounds where it feels like 100 Thieves should have that easy win. They just need to clean things up. The EG players individually, they don't stop fighting for every little advantage they can find, trying to get back in.
Love this pace from 100 Thieves though. Double flash there. Asuna takes a different tack this time around. He caught Superman with the grenade. Boostio runs headlong. Not that he knows it into Jorg. Everyone's like, wait,
what the hell's happening?
Don't know up from down right now, but Jorg's able to find Boostio.
It's like trying to fight in tilted towers, Mitch.
Is that what we're dropping? That feels like it. Now turn to Apoth. Slower play from this guy. Looking to make his way through, obviously, 100 Thieves armed to the gills, respectively speaking.
And at the very least, I will say for Apoth on these long flank attempts, is instilling some fear in 100 Thieves. And they, of course, are aware that with this Sentinel list comp, the flanks are always going to be open. And they played with this enough that they have that in mind. They know how to watch those areas. But Apoth has made it very clear to them early on that their eyes need to be open when they're going for these executes, that a player from, B that pushed out of Hookah could be coming through market.
So again, great pace here from 100 Thieves. Really quick off the mark early in these rounds. Asuna brimming with confidence even after a very difficult first half. Being able to manufacture that momentum out of nothing. Hallmark of a champion, or a future one at least.
A bonus round win here from 100 Thieves would be essentially an instant way to tie up this game. EG's economy hangs in the balance right now.
More of a default approach, though, from the attackers. Standard short wall thrown down. And he not looking to take any undue risks as he works his way towards showers. EG, though, not likely to be pulled out of position by any garden variety tactics they need to see 100 Thieves put the money where their mouth is.
Smokes down.
The game will be slowed down from 100 Thieves. Going to accelerate anywhere too fast. Dizzy to clear. Hookah recovered from Boostio. In the meantime, EU working towards showers, which we'll be doing over and over on this attack. Finding moments to use the prowlers and work up. On a round like this, didn't even have to just yet. Just holding those angles slowly.
As that Omen smoke on a dime. 100 Thieves at this point need to push it. Jorg hoping for a little bit of contact through that. Backs away from the Dizzy now. Paint shells from both sides. Create some spacing. Still 100 Thieves slow on this approach. Very slow. Jorg loves it. Oh, he loves a bit of argy-bargy Wyatt. And he's looking for more. Paint shells go down yet again. Jorg eventually falls. There's EU who's gotten into the fight. And to the back of the side as well. Cryo can scoop that spike up and make a play for it. Nature will have to wait for his teammate to get in position on this flank.
Oh, Nature! What a shot on the bench! Apoth on this flank again. Cryo has to be weary. This is 3 rounds in a row he's come from this angle.
I think Nature just waits for this, backs off of it, but what an important kill to take now. Make this a 2v1. Cryo none the wiser. Sees the bullets whiz past him, but can't break out of that chokehold. And that was EG's economy. That was swinging, hanging. And they get the foothold here in the second half.
Confidence from the IGL Nature to take that duel. Catches EU jumping up on the bench. There's just that tight angle when you're coming in from spawn. Ice cold from Jawjamo. Superman does well to get the one, but ends up being isolated.
That shot from Nature is so ridiculous.
Playing so well. Matter of fact, is now just 1 away from getting that Trailblazer active very early here. 100 Thieves now on the full buy, almost. Economy is just a little bit off. Boostio is relegated to a light armor Stinger.
Boostio, though, no qualms about running in and IGLing the rest of the round from his teammates' perspectives.
Nature just jump spotting there towards B long, something 100 Thieves were denied of because of that consistent one-way smoke from Superman. It's a little bit easier for EG to collect some passive info on this side of the map.
That judge skin has to be a direct response to Boostio. I swear. Okay, Arsena stunned there as he tried to make the approach. Can't really get value out of this judge yet. Staved off.
So awkward. How did they get in with these weak weapons, these close-range weapons? A satchel gone for Arsena now too. It's not like he can try to send himself in backside with some serious speed.
Yeah, just one. I mean, I'd suggest a written invitation, but I don't know if 50 seconds is enough time. And elsewhere, Bang hasn't really been able to do too much here today.
Yeah, 100 Thieves have offered nothing around the map to drag these rotates from EG. They are content staying here right now.
And if 100 Thieves don't wager anything, EG are not going to respond. They're like dormant on B for the time being. All this util, smoke and mirrors. Eventually 100 Thieves have to commit. And now it's tired. Nature trying to hold and steps up. Arsena's able to find his way now into the effective range of this judge, and it could have been so beautiful. But Apoth is going straight forward from the back of the side with just 8 points of help, and it's a lot to ask for now. Would have to have brought down 2. And the numbers advantage for 100 Thieves gets exacerbated.
I believe that was a seize that came in from EU. And one of the best fades that we have in a game right now, perfectly placed, that caught whomever that was, that Austin was able to actually get the kill on with the judge because of a little bit of decay, unable to move. Yeah, right here.
That one satchel.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, perfect, perfectly placed utility there.
And it could have been more, but he did enough, Arsena. He did plenty.
EU is just so consistent. Really the foundational element of this 100 Thieves team. So reliable.
Jorg is caught. Can they capitalize? Nature drawing on the TP and Boostio! What a massive brace of 3.
Pure prediction.
Now Apoth with the boogie. Okay.
Trying to look like George Mo out here.
All right.
And you know what?
It's about the mindset.
I've been waiting for that one to get in my store. Trying to recreate that Ascent play.
Absolutely iconic.
Surely I can do it. Maybe a little bit of damage for Apoth, which honestly would be of significance when you look at the state of the 100 Thieves economy. It has not grown whatsoever. This next round will be incredibly important for the result of this game. It's going to be the big ultimate round. It's going to be economy on the line for Evil Geniuses.
It's going to be the inflection point, potentially this entire series.
Absolutely. It always comes late into a game of Valorant when things are close, when all the resources are expended with the game on the line.
It's like Apoth would rather perish to the blast than try his luck here with the Bucky. So 100 Thieves walk away here, 4 up. And EG concede yet another. That 6-round lead has shrunk considerably.
Looking to see if we maybe even get a timeout into this next one. Wouldn't surprise me, as there are 7 ultimates in play. After Boostio just racked up a number of those kills there as well, close to his Thrash. This round will be explosive to say the least, Mitch. I mean, showstoppers, Cryo.
This is the round.
Still hanging on to that orbital strike. And you know he likes to use it proactively. They love to combo that with a Siege to find picks.
Proactive play towards B-Lock here for EG. So far the Derek would push ahead of that orb. But now over towards A. Yeah. Here comes the action. Arsena 1-2 satchel, but he misses it. Oh! Catches him! Egg on the face for the 100 Thieves duelist. And all of a sudden they're brought to a screeching halt.
The pace of the round seemed like it was going to be as fast as it can get into that A site.
The unforced error from Arsena. 100 Thieves now have to pick up the pieces. Time for that contingency.
And what do they do now? Poison Cloud up to try and work, but this Trailblazer spots both. That's some really nice information gathered from the IGL nonetheless Nature. And he's calling for that rotate.
Yeah, we'll draw Cryo out. The rush here.
Shalita free clear. Wow, bang caught Boostio on the run.
And he had no choice. There's no choice now for 100 Thieves to commit to this A site. And the rotates are coming back.
Where are
30 seconds left.
Wingman gonna do his best to get the spike down and will be able to. It's going to be a full 5 versus 3 retake. Cryo with a molly, with an orbital strike. That could turn the tides, but on the opposite side, still so many ultimates to play with so much utility. This would be a miracle for 100 Thieves to pull it off.
Now some flank pressures are all being generated. Boostio caught Jorg though. Here it is. A-Path! He's fully wide! Humanity! Turn to a scorch mark on the ground now. We're even in numbers. 3v3, Boostio inside the mosh, has to push up, but Derek's gonna be there to receive him. It's Cryo pushing up, trying to interrupt the defuse. Gets the molly there, but gets brought down by Superman, who saves the day again. And EG has the molly clears, as the smoke clears. Stand tall with 3 to increase that lead to 2 rounds.
All of that effort and for what? Such a crucial round again for Evil Geniuses. That was their economy on the line, and it began with Jojimo.
Oh, brother!
Winning that duel of the Rockets. Well done from him. And they, even within that win, EG extract some of these ultimates that were just on the cusp of being enough for 100 Thieves to win. And they fall but that short.
That round really did mean everything, but 100 Thieves have the money to distribute and get a full buy, but all those ultimates now gone.
And with that loss of life on both sides, the economy is just not being built for either team. These rounds are going to swing things so significantly.
Just the odds of catching EU here are so low. He's been so meticulous about how he's probed towards showers. Super might push up into this line. He was ready, but fluffs the shot. Superman gets to walk away.
Going to force out some re-clear utility from that information initiator, the Fade. EU.
No Prowlers left.
No Haunt, at least for now. Gonna have to wait for that cycle. Do they re-clear this Superman? Looks like they want to. Jojimo. Double face.
Would let Cryo take an early rotate.
Wow, they've got good information here if they continue to push out. But it might be too little too late. These 2 players from Evil Geniuses, B anchors, Nature and Derek. Will they get support in time?
2 flashes between them in a mosh pit available for the defenders. They can buy this time. 36 seconds left. Preemptive mosh pit here. Timing's pretty good. Arsenal wants to try and send the bomb buddy through. Here we go, satcheling onto the site. Nature backs away into elbow behind that smoke thrown down. So Arsenal gets this space. They're into the back of the B site.
Full 5-on-5 retake now. A situation that EG have certainly practiced. They know what utility they want to send out to burst back into this site.
Orbital strike from the defenders. Arsenal! Say it ain't so! Gets caught out by it. A-Poth good for that one. Cryo has to back out of elbow. Now the numbers favor EG and Cryo can't put it out. He's overwhelmed!
The protocol is perfect from Evil Geniuses. Oh, that paranoia finds such value towards elbow. Clears so much of it. And it's sometimes little scenarios when the game is getting scrappy, when it's down to the wire, when you don't have time to think about maybe every little thing. You're not used to getting hit by paranoias on blind, you know, not always ready for a situation like that. Oh, the way that EG burst out of that main door as well. A-Poth on this Brimstone.
And what happens here with Arsenal is again, he doesn't have any satchels to quickly get out of that Brim ultimate. He also has been peeking at the screen of the player on his immediate left pretty frequently. Or on his right, I guess he's at the end. Unsure, but man, that was tough to see that happen. They had full site control. And he didn't even look to make an attempt to get out of that.
You can even see EG's comfortability, their confidence in playing that full retake situation by the way they just backed out. They didn't even play for spam. You saw when Asuna was walking in there, I think it was Nature and Elbow, didn't even fire a bullet at him off that audio cue. They just played back, held their ground, and went for that full set piece, worked to perfection. 11-8 the scoreline. The timeouts have been a little bit more sparse on buying. They were coming round after round when we were back on Lotus. That old coaching duo that led EG to the champions win last year. They had to have their back and forth, their say.
I mean, there is a veritable chess match occurring outside of this game between the two of them. This time it's 100 Thieves, though, that have been put in check. Still able to buy a little bit here, but it's a little rocky. I'll give it to you straight. Just the one Vandal to play with. Must win round for the Thieves.
And it looks like a pretty standard start for Evil Geniuses. That smoke is going to come down over towards a short, which gives Jawjamo the ability to watch it from top truck.
Maybe even for some rear clear utility just for that cubby. Jaw getting lined up. Trying to hide away. Trailblazer clearing B long here for EG, so that's very good info.
And that top truck position can be very nice for taking duels against those weaker weapons. It offers a bit of a longer range line, but Jawjamo will fall back. EG are content playing this one incredibly slow at the moment.
Another clear of B long. EG, I think, have sniffed this one out. Here it comes. Oh! That's his head ripped off by EU. Free haircuts.
Oh, EU!
Doesn't know what hit him there. EU was beautiful.
Perhaps giving up too much space. They had no idea what was happening in shower. It almost felt like they thought they had eyes on it, or smoke on it, something. Jawjamo completely caught. EU just fully walked up.
Such a huge round here for 100 Thieves. Remember, just the one Vandal they brought in here. They explode onto the site.
Here's Apoth coming from market for the millionth time. And Asuna way too ready. Nature caught as well.
Time for approach.
Okay. They just waltz on in and take that. EG gave up too much space towards shower, and it felt like they weren't even aware of how far EU could have been pushed up. Jawjamo was just not ready to take that engagement, and that satchel across from Asuna, the triple as well, was really nice from 100 Thieves.
See, here's that Superman play out of U-Haul. And EU, in the meantime, just tearing his team to shreds with that shower push.
One enemy remaining.
Of course, that late rotate came through. Not much that could be done there for EG. And 100 Thieves have bought themselves out of bankruptcy.
As a matter of fact, they've entirely flipped the economy because of the saved rifles. Now EG, they're on the precipice of it being broken, which will force them onto an eco. So effectively, if 100 Thieves win this round, this could mean tying up the game.
One round that's worth 2 for the Thieves. Asuna will be confirmed there. Nature wants to play somewhat close to Octagon.
Cross map on this round. Superman is actually pushed up a little bit deeper in shower, gaining some more information for his team to play off of. This Trailblazer re-clear gets shot by 2 players, so Nature's going to feel that presence. Perhaps Apoth over from the A side will begin to drift over at some point. It might just be these anchors forced to back off. I could see another 5v5 retake situation coming into play here.
Meanwhile, Superman still inching further forward out of showers. Here come the Thieves, though. Pretty cautious about this. EU thinks about diving that smoke, but now he can get backside again. So the double stack up in elbow here for EG as we've got 2 coming from the rotate. Superman's timing will be pretty late. It's being watched for anyway. Dizzy out of elbow, Asuna blinded up, couldn't win that fight against Apoth, it was all too easy, and he's able to swing that corner. 2 for Apoth, Jorko taken down by the molly though, and Nature wants to pressure this back corner. 1 is good, 2 even better. Derek's gonna make sure of it now, it's bang. In that 1 versus 3, inside the pit.
Oh, this game is so close!
Wild spray. But EG secure it.
Was able to get that in the midst of all of it as well. He was 1 orb away, got it. Pop that ultimate off. These retakes again from EG. You can see the confidence in it. Similar to that last round, they have 2 players there. They fall back, retain the space in elbow, gather up, full set piece.
And it's a Dizzy that comes out of the vent, right? Stunning Asuna just there that starts this off. The flood from elbow, overwhelming 100 Thieves, and the Viper's Pit just not nearly enough.
That little cubby double stack was really nicely dealt with. That Spectre run and gun jiggling back and forth, drawing the crosshairs, and then the jump peek even for that trading effort to come through.
Match
Nicely
point
handled.
Match point for Evil Geniuses. Potter already prophesied a 3rd map in the works. That may well be the case here as 100 Thieves have had to scrape together their funds. At least have the Nightfall to play off of. Boostio again can get that Thrash online. This might be why they're trending this B-long direction.
Seems like Potter has a knack for making her words a reality. When she said, never lost to Sentinels, well, came true.
Still haven't lost.
Beat Sen, said it was going to map 3, and they're on the cusp of that right now. They just have to play effectively around EU's Nightfall. This situation, again, these Trailblazers are getting some quality value for EG's rookie IGL nature. He's been playing towards elbow. Derek just top container right now.
This round, EG haven't pushed up out of A, so they don't really know anything about the extremities there, but now they've been pulled into the rotate. Here's that Thrash. Boostio got the orb, but it gets cut down pretty quickly. Followed up by a Nightfall. That is going to catch on to the elbow play here. And will allow Bang to come forward. He checks the side. He's not diving that smoke, is he? He is. He's in the smoke. From the other side, Nature's getting pressured pretty heavily here, but he's grouped up with Derek. Arsena, though, Satchel in. Caught by Derek, and now he tries to back away, but the Seas holds him in place. Apot tries. But it's up to Jorg. All on Jorg. As it so often is to try and close the game out here. But he is caught by the Thrash.
Now that's an adjustment. What a fantastic call from 100 Thieves. You guys like playing for your retakes? All right, Ben, we're going to run at you in those positions where you're setting up. Straight through elbow off the Prowler goes Asuna right here, jumping and swing. I mean, of course it's Asuna who jumps and gets the kill mid-air with the Phantom Bullet.
His crosshair oscillating, by the way.
Only him.
Like a tuning fork.
Why never me, Mitch? He does it every time. It's ridiculous. Fantastic adjustment from them. That has been where EG have been able to convert multiple rounds in a row now. Off the set retakes. Totally nullified by 100 Thieves' aggression. Beautiful work from Boostio.
And again, that chess game plays out in the background. Last opportunity here for an adjustment from Evil Geniuses, who know they need to close this out. Now they're seeing 100 Thieves walk into their territory, past that B side, into elbow, into CT, disrespecting Smokes and Util. So what's the answer going to be? Do they play more proactively towards B main again?
Right, and now I'm curious to see, we saw 100 Thieves on their defensive half towards B long. They're varying aggressive looks multiple times with players tucked towards the teleporter cubby. Dizzy's going through the wall. Asuna satcheling through. Is that something EG might opt for? Do they want to play a more aggressive look towards long to catch off 100 Thieves while they're gathering up there for their execute? Maybe control Hookah, because this gathering of players long, 100 Thieves, they keep going 4-1. 4 players through long, and meaning Bang alone through Hookah. So maybe they play 2 players at Hookah to control that, keep Bang back, and have that as a location for the post plant.
They are mine.
They are gathering up with a lot more forces on B, though. You can see that already.
And yeah, they're playing way more proactively, Wyatt. That's the adjustment. So they seize control of B long, at least initially.
And even Superman, he's up in the smoke with a shorty. This is a save for EG. Cobble together what they can. And luckily for them, I mean, look at Jojmo, Nature, Apot. Even if they die without getting a kill this round, that's 3 ultimates into the next to finish this game off.
Such aggressive smoking there from Superman. Another one there, right over towards the top of short. No chance to get value out of that shorty, though. Smoking it again. Some 100 Thieves might give him a little bit of something. He's chummed the waters and the Sharks are beginning to circle. He hears it all. Does he dive in? What? That'll be pretty good. Even better. Bang has to go wild to bring him down, and Superman has already struck gold.
Oh, he saw nothing.
EG can end it here. They can go to a 3rd map on this Thrifty. Bang wanted to force Jorgamo out of it. Just a little bit of a pick to catch Apov. Spike is now down. Wingman makes sure of that. And now back. Bang retreats. Derek with a Sheriff here from heaven. Boostio and EU have a double face right now. Here comes 2 players out from vents as well. Nature paves the way. Jorg's gonna try and capitalize, but he gets caught by Boostio. Holds his ground, sets his feet. And it'll be Nature. Oh! Nature!
Damn.
The Cuban about it! This guy is something else, an EG! Thrifty the Thieves to take us to a 3rd!
I mean, that's outlandish from the rookie IGL, his first year in partnership. Hasn't even really been on a tier 1 team before. Has never felt the pressure of a match with the stakes like this. Outlandish.
Absolutely absurd moment. We thought it would be on Jorg again. The satchel out of U-Haul behind him.
And how did Superman get 2 in that smoke? That just should not be happening. He was fully blinded. Just clicked mouse 1 and prayed with the second shorty shot. I thought they nerfed that gun, Mitch. It's not supposed to do that much damage.
And yet another team takes 100 Thieves to task on their self-professed best map, making this a full 3-map series. We'll be back after a quick turnaround, folks. Our analysts are going to get us rolled and ready for our 3rd map.
Drawn. They're picked to pieces.
Cloud9 are so good.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time? It wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
And
Here's your wireless contract.
do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative, switch.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Step into the ring. Step into the ring. But Arsenal fights it through at any point, and time now, and it is finally there. Ham on the board, maybe a chance at Kawasi, but he's got too much to account for, too much to deal with.
There's only one map left today to decide our final spot in the playoffs between EG and 100 Thieves. EG just came off of a hot map 2 of Bind, beating 100 Thieves on their best map and doing it with EG's new signature, Superman's Omen. And we're going to be diving into round 11 here, where they use it beautifully. This round is a masterclass. The first thing you're going to have to see right now from EG is they have two beastly ultimates. They've got the Raze ult, they've got the Thrash ready to go. Now, EG know that 100 Thieves know this. And they read 100 Thieves like a book here. They anticipate that 100 Thieves aren't going to be playing very far forward and are going to play deep into the site and bait that out. So, round starts. What do we see? There's a Sky Flash sent over towards Hookah, and EG move into showers quickly. The first thing you see is this Omen smoke. They throw this every time they walk up into showers or walk up into A short. And what it does is means there is no TP crunch. No player can jump through that TP and fight. It's just not going to happen because you run into that. And 100 Thieves know this, so they're not going to fight there. Now, EG run into this brimstone smoke on the other team right here, but they actually don't use any utility to clear through this. Again, anticipating 100 Thieves are going to be playing much further back into this round. They use good spacing, come out together with a few shots to get into this round, and it means they've got Wingman, they've got Thrash, or Dizzy rather, to exec into the site very quickly. Now, at the same time, you'll see over on the other side of the map that they're splitting into the site, so it's pretty interesting. Raze has Rocket, but Brimstone is going to enter in behind the dog here, and Supa on the Omen is going to enter on this side. EG aren't actually using their ultimates in this site exec, so they move on forward here. He's gonna pump out a Paranoia over onto the right-hand side of the map and then TP up onto Triple. Look where he is. He TPs onto the lower elevation of that box so that the Brimstone smoke they put down conceals him. He can then jump up onto the higher elevation and look over this. He sees and hears Asuna going for that spam shot, so he comes up over the top. It's beautiful. There's even a paint shell going onto the ground to create even more chaos on the back lines there. But it doesn't stop there either because they also smoke off Heaven. That's what he just TP'd into, right? That third smoke is down there since the start of the exec, but he's using it after he gets those 2 kills to heat up even more, go into Heaven, put himself in this position where he gets yet another kill. And it's so frequent on all of EG's A execs. They're using the Paranoia, they're using these annoying teleports that you're just not used to dealing with, and he ate 100 Thieves up. He was such a pivotal factor in EG winning that second map and forcing it to a game 3. Come on, let's go over to the desk.
Excellent breakdown there, Ender. And yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, right? Like how impactful that one change was. Bringing the Omen in for EG just gave them flexibility that honestly has just been impressive to see implemented.
And teams aren't used to seeing this yet. EG's the only team running this comp, and it goes beyond just the rounds you're showing. They have similar ideas on defense. This is such a well thought through approach to Bind, and it nets them a win here to keep their playoff hopes alive, Dre.
Actually unbelievable that we're going to map 3, but we wouldn't want it any other way because this is so close. The stakes that are at hand and the beef, the bad blood between the teams, it's unreal.
Yeah, you know, both teams desperately want to get this win, but neither one wants to give up the L, right? So not just for the personal reasons, but also because the playoff spot is up for grabs. There's so much at stake here.
Yeah, I mean, they win that map, EG, despite Bang dropping 24 kills on the Viper and dominating on that map.
Yeah, and now we go into Ascent, and we're going to see Cryo probably playing that Jet against Jogamo, who has been playing Duelist his entire series. Now, my questions lie in, with Cryo not playing Duelist yet in this series, is he going to be able to just step up to the plate and start banging out like that?
I don't know, he has some crazy shots, so.
To be fair, though, he's had a rough season. We have seen a marked decrease from stage 1 to stage 2 in his performance.
And this is a game where now the teams are in new territory. EG have not played this map since stage 1. 100 Thieves haven't played it since they were losing to Gen G back at Masters. It is a new territory for these teams.
And it's do or die. These two teams have a coach, each of who was a part of that EG championship roster last year. And it's all about hooking up a game plan, finding the adaptations on the fly to win out this map and get that last playoff slot.
The stakes have never been higher for both of these teams. For Evil Geniuses, an opportunity for them to go and defend their organization's world championship in Seoul, Korea at our Valorant Champions, For 100 Thieves on the other side, an opportunity for them to find themselves at a Champions event and right the wrong of Shanghai, give themselves that comfort of knowing, hey, we did it. We accomplished the task. This is it, folks. One map separates these two teams. Let's send it back over to the casters. Uber to Wyatt for the call.
Including coaching staff, 4 world champions in the server, and collectively, they are throwing haymaker after haymaker, leaving it all out there. With playoffs here in stage 2 on the line, there's a legacy to chase for Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves. Another stage championship wouldn't go awry.
We've gone over to Ascent, the map that everyone has played so many times, so familiar with the standard calling styles on this map, the standard compositions. Nothing new is going to be brought to the table here. Last time we saw Evil Geniuses on this map, it's when Giorgimo finished things off with one of the best aces you will ever see in the history of this game on the Jet.
The Flying Bucky.
We haven't seen him on Jet much, maybe even not once so far this stage.
Jordan wanted to sneak up cut there, spotted out by the turret. Lucky to get out alive. Can't say the same for Apoth though. Cryo shuts him down instantly. Finally, Cryo on a duelist here. Chance to have that skill expression on display.
We've seen him on Omen. We've seen him on Brim. Still versus the weak Giorgimo. His ex-teammate taken down.
Super in trouble. He's going to be pinched in this corner, and he knows it. EU descends upon him. Nature from heaven at least able to trade it. But knows he needs to pull the plug for now. EG fighting from a two-player disadvantage.
There are a few players that could get killed theoretically by one shock dart. Asuna barely around the corner.
It licked at his feet, but he snuck around the corner. Here comes a flash in, managed to shut down, never managed to alight from heaven. Beautiful shooting from Derek, but it's just not going to cut the mustard. 100 Thieves take the pistol away.
Lovely first little clutch attempt there from Derek, but not going to be enough.
Attack side pistol win for 100 Thieves here.
Yeah, that is big. An attack-favored map, especially with these standard compositions. We've seen for years now here, all these players so experienced at dealing with it, understanding the flow of the game here.
No chance.
Some nice shooting from Derek, but not enough. If he can keep that form up, though, Sova has so much influence over the outcome of an Ascent game. The play on B specifically is really of the utmost importance for your defensive side. A good Sova can lock down that site entirely.
And between Derek and EU, we have some of the best in Americas. Early posturing from EG towards A main. Hoping 100 Thieves would test the one-way. Ultimately, though, it goes respected. As Cryo here has been a role player all series. Now a chance to split his wings. Apoth's able to sneak back around the corner and a shock dart. A decent bruise left on Cryo after that.
There wouldn't be a better time than this for Cryo to return to that elite form that we saw him during Stage 1, and then especially into the Stage 1 playoffs. I mean, the numbers he was putting up, what he was doing on a server, Brim, Duelist, doesn't matter. It was just unbelievable to watch him. And he has not been able to recreate that in Stage 2.
Nicely done. Again, 100 Thieves very meticulous on trying to unravel the anti-eco. Essentially a full save here for Evil Geniuses, and Apoth had nowhere to go there after getting pinged out.
30 seconds
Nature about to get busy here. 3 players up on cat, it will take 1. Taxing the numbers of 100 Thieves.
Obviously, this is just about damage for Evil Geniuses. Anything they can get. Giorgimo, top gen, drops down. Playing in the smoke.
Spike planted.
It's Bang knows he's there, but has to take a close fight. The right click served him well. 100 Thieves have the numbers and the arsenal. Carry 2 Vandals into our 3rd round.
And this is where we'll find out if they can capture momentum early.
Something EG love, Wyatt, is a good old tiles crunch. They like to set Nature up there in cat cubby and have him pressure with a fast push out of mid by Jorg. Something worth keeping an eye out for.
My man is feasting.
Get the man another glizzy.
It's going to be a pressure, though. Early here from EG. Wow, swinging off this Superman. They're going to try to retreat. Keep that man advantage.
Decent damage there as well as the swing came through. Asuna very low.
I don't know if Giorgimo needs to re-swing that. Confidence or carelessness goes down either way.
Just playing Hungary, just saw the clip from the crowd. No one-way at the start of the round there for Superman. They just wanted to straight fight that. 1-for-1 when it's 100 Thieves' bonuses. Probably not what EG are looking for. Hedwig has a look up mid.
And EU playing quite relaxed there. Hasn't expended any utility yet. Superman. My God, he is an animal on this map, Mitch.
A wide jump peak, though, to be fair. Lucio exposing himself in a big way. Superman leaves the round with 3. We'll have to be happy with that. So many times he's repeated that same volume of frags. Such an impact fragger this match.
The entirety
My camera is
Apoth's
destroyed.
util is scattered across B. Camera broken.
Take flight.
And Apoth believes that it will be ending on A. Begins to rotate VCT already. Nature, great catch with the first. Apop needs to accelerate to help his IGL convert this 2v1.
Just holds the line. Bang steps up and is sat back down. EG makes sure work of the 100 Thieves bonus.
What an elevation in the individual play right now from Nature. Stepping up when they need him most. When it comes to the fragging distribution, the kills per round, he sat the lowest on his team typically, and that's not abnormal for an IGL. But when you have one that can turn up the heat at a time like this, and goddamn does Superman turn up the heat. I mean, on this map Ascent specifically, this is genuinely the map that I associate him with in my mind. For years, the anchoring that he displays here on Ascent is so strong, so steadfast, especially on this A site.
A lot of action early at A main here. One Ray was deployed. It looked almost as if EG would fight it. 100 Thieves, though, don't get the satisfaction just yet.
Now the operator in the hands of Jojimo, we saw, sorry, Outlaw early, but we saw the impact with him with those scoped weapons on Lotus. That was actually when the tide started to turn, is when he picked up the operator. So perhaps leaning into those weapons early on could give them a bit more of an early lead. It was on Lotus where they had to try to make a huge comeback. They were never in control of that.
Yeah.
Pings from Apoth now.
Cage triggered.
Cyber Cage is definitely going to stagger things out a bit more. 0 point being set up here for Arsenal. No one really anchored on the B side though. Apoth decides ultimately to back away. And yep, here it is, going to be a fast hit behind this null command. Flash in. Apoth able to turn it around the corner. Ping on bang, but he's back around the corner himself. And Apoth has to get out.
Just trying to find some damage deals now, and every 100 Thieves player still maxed out on the HP as EG gather up for full 5 versus 5 retake. We saw on Bind
30 seconds
their
left.
full retakes, fantastic. The protocols in those situations were so ironed out.
But on Lotus again, they really had a lot of great retake util, and 100 Thieves stood their ground and fought them off. So which one is it going to be? Okay, Hunter's Fury here from Boathouse. Superman! Yep. Gonna get his wings clipped there. Jorgamo tried to take that fight with the Outlaw. Arsenal able to catch him next, just swings on in though. Does get pinged by the recon, and Cryo wants to follow it up. Just the one. 2 defenders left now. Working opposite sides of it, but they'd much rather contain 100 Thieves in the blast radius here.
And 100 Thieves do a good job getting away with at least a couple of the guns. EG realizing time was never really on their side there. And tough to burst back into the site when your Jet is holding an Outlaw. Didn't exchange a rifle with him, was trying to just make a little bit of space with the Classic, but ultimately unable to do so. Unable to deal with B main effectively. EU perfectly timing the Hunter's Fury as well.
Couldn't TP out of it.
Enemy down.
Absolutely brutal stuff. 3 attack side rounds already for 100 Thieves, and forcing EG now onto an eco.
At the very, very least, small consolation, but EG do accomplish that last second mission of keeping the 100 Thieves economy honest. There are a couple players at 0 right now, Arsenal with just 400, so they expect to lose, you know, they're going to try their best to win this round, but if they lose, if they can continue to deal damage to 100 Thieves, they'll have an opportunity to break their economy when they finally do get on the buy round, to get back into this game, to stop the snowball that 100 Thieves are creating right now.
Cryo inches up. Log's position here being held down by Apoth. Jump peeking of mid being conducted by Derek. Sees nothing at all.
Spike drop.
100 Thieves have done a nice job dealing with this utility so far from Apoth. They've been clearing it out of, I mean, pretty wild heads up from EU there as well. Gets a nice bit of damage onto that.
It's like he knows a recon won't ping that Log's position. So he sends a shock in after it. Big damage on Apoth.
EG have stacked up towards this A site though. Some clean shots could result in an upset round win. Superman starts it off.
2 from Super. Can he do more? Jorg chimes in with his own sheriff now. And this town ain't big enough for the 2 of these teams. Someone's got to fall. And the timing's going to be good for this swing out of smoke. I think Derek's gotten behind them. It doesn't matter. Someone got to fall. Spanks 100 Thieves and brings up the EG Thrifty.
I'm telling you, this A site is on lockdown. You cannot get past Superman on this area of the map. It doesn't matter what goddamn weapon he has. The headshots are so clean. Look at that flick, the transfer, the spray down with the Vandal. Potter feeling the energy from that one as well.
Tell you what, it's been a day for the individuals, and Superman more often than not been in that conversation.
And now because of that previous damage done, 100 Thieves relegated to this eco. One Guardian in the hands of EU. Obviously, there are a lot of areas on Ascent where those high-end weapons can get damage done. Cryo, Blade Storm, headshot converted.
What?
Oh my god, and a Boostio now as well.
He had to ping off the recon, and still Boostio wins it out. Now this is awkward, back and forth, these teams threatening to thrifty each other. EU brings APOC to heal, and now it's up to Derek and Nature. And they both have to play from heaven. Decent weapons. Seeded over to 100 Thieves now. They're going to have to play off the flash. Nature drops down, but he's hit with the paranoia. Derek at 4 HP. I'm telling you, it's blow for blow. Knockdown, drag out brawl here on a set.
How does this just go so awry for EG? Credit to Cryo for this Blade Storm kill. Opens it up against Jaw. That heavy armor, just enough to stop that Outlaw from finding the first blood.
I mean, and Jorg does not expect to see two players outside of tiles when he swings that.
What a sudden shift in the game. I thought for what a moment, I think we all did, that EG had captured that momentum back.
Has anyone thought to get this guy a standing disc?
He sat down now, it's all right. His legs, at some point, Mitch, his legs are going to get tired. He's got to take a seat.
Think of the ergonomics of it here. It's been a long day for these guys. 100 Thieves there. We said, okay, great job. 3 attacking rounds, well done. They get thrifty. We go, oh dear. And then they produce a round like that. Cryo, someone we have pointed the finger at over the last couple of maps. Not always put in a position to shine, to succeed, to have that outsized impact. Now, though, is being equipped to lead from the front.
He doesn't just need to step up, he has to. Frankly, he has just been absent for his team in this stage. He has not been able to drop bombs on enemies as he did in those playoffs in stage 1 when 100 Thieves went on a tear, when they were unbeatable. Out of this timeout though.
5 ults for EG.
5 ults from EG. Timeout called from Potter, no doubt, obviously because of that. And they have fully bought into this, and that means investing in a Stinger and a Bucky.
Immediately APOC forced off that line. Null command here, gotta be used. It's over the A side though. And immediately 100 Thieves start to flood into the side. Here's that Hunter's Fury. Decent catch there for Derek, and he brings you down. Cryo though instantly on the side in B, clambering over the mud. And Arsenal will be brought back into the fray. 4 up for the Thieves, and they're on the side.
Nature with a null command now to pop on this retake. Jojimo knives in hand. It's the Bucky Blade Storm combo for Jojimo on Ascent once again, Mitch.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Cryo tests CT briefly. Jorg from above. I don't know if Bang was aware of it anyway. Jorg got taken down. Arsena clips his wings. Flyboy needs to hit the hanger until next time. TP for Superman here. Got to play a ping down on the site. They're very low. Oh, they're so low. Cryo down at 29. Boostio trying to hold his ground. Pressure coming in from stairs, but again, the KO's brought down. And what a shot! It's up to Derek. Arsenal hiding in Boathouse now. Timing is everything, but time is short for Derek, and he finds the swing. But Arsenal was quicker. 3 Ks for the young gun. 100 Thieves extend that lead. 5 attacking rounds.
EG invest everything they had left, and they're broken in half. Asuna cleaning things up, dealing with his former teammate.
Fighting demons out there.
This fight forward here from 100 Thieves, and then falling back into the site to play the crossfires.
That round meant everything. Now economy fully broken by EG. They've been pacified. Well, Super never one to be kept down, I guess. Far less audacious than he was in previous rounds, and this Aldrone is going to force him off this. Jorg, quiet again for him. Not yet online. A sleeping giant.
I've been trying to find value on some of those rounds with the Outlaw, but was ultimately unsuccessful. And they haven't had the economy to get an operator in his hands if their intention on defense is to really work that scoped weapon as the linchpin of their setups.
Oh, awkward. Jorg! Cryo took him down. He got nowhere to go. Damn if you do and if you don't. These A-main smokes, though, being replenished. So hard to shift Super as he anchors this A-side.
This deep cam is some information now. It does spot out Boostio. Or that just being the KJ, not an immense amount of information. That's a standard spot for Killjoy just to be containing, but obviously now the herd of footsteps coming through. Superman is going to TP to assist Apoth here.
Okay, this will slow things down. They're going to have to disrespect the smoke if they want to fight now. They come. Here come the Thieves for Speedway. One for Apoth. Superman can't have a ridiculous round this time. And now Derek is in an unenviable position.
Spike planted.
It will be brought to heel. Cryo 3 in the round. 100 Thieves. I'm keeping count. That is 6 rounds on the attack side.
Shut down immediately by Cryo, and the lockdown used there by Boostio just to lock up a critical round, keep their economy building. They've already gotten 6 on a scent attack. That is enough to win the game, no doubt. This is a defensive-sided map. And they've run away with this starting half. EG are going to be feeling such pressure, such weight on their shoulders right now to come back into this.
Might be a defensive pop out of A-main again. Just a trade of utility. Pleasantries exchanged.
Paranoia for paranoia. Blow for blow. Jojimo has the operator. Gets a shot off but can't connect.
Cryo gets a free timing.
Oh,
that's all he's gonna have. Superman is the immovable object. Now Ewan Bang clambering here into some kind of position on the A side. EG might have found a way in.
Try to timing this, he does!
He's not got it. Jorg was watching that. I think he got spotted as well on the way through. And it's just the EU. And as you do, jump and take the shot. EG get one back. Far too few of those rounds though have come up for the defenders this half.
And the few that they have are all credit to their controller, Superman, who is just, as you said, the immovable object on the A site. They cannot route him out. They can barely even do it if he's just stood there with a sheriff.
Yeah. What you don't know about Superman is 80% of his mass is below the ground, like an iceberg. Can't shift him.
Still, though, the state of the economy for 100 Thieves is going to allow them to buy up for multiple rounds in a row here. Operator from Jojimo will be dragged over towards B main, posted up. Where that Cypher setup is, again, Apoth has really focused his attention towards that side of the map.
Cryo hanging back there, behind that turret. He might get rewarded for this.
Are they really going for a deep push right now?
Patience. Pays.
Cam sent in.
They'll see nothing. They're going to go for it. Cryo! Oh! Brought down. That one's going to sting. Just as we thought. He was starting to get going in this game. He had the right idea, but again, sometimes the execution falls short.
A good 0 point sent out from nature. Proper timing. Finds a couple players. One was EU. Just getting that ult orb. Has the Hunter's Fury activated. Could turn this round in their favor. In the favor of 100 Thieves, who've still got this strong lead.
Bang's gotten in. Superman playing so passively. Yep, they've allowed 100 Thieves onto the side. There might be something here. Nature just jiggling from heaven. Smoke thrown up in his way. Hunter's Fury up for the attackers here. EU, they're not in the best place to make use of it. Will Al drone up towards heaven, though?
Double stack towards tree. Nature does have flashes. When this suppression wears off, could be able to blind both these players.
Jorg going to want to dash out behind this with the tailwind, I'm sure. Kings one around the corner, 6 a second. He knows it's stacked heavily. Cloudburst throws down. He has to find another axis of approach here. And here it is. Apoth comes on the flank. Jorg explodes it now. Ewan Bang have to hold it down. Oh, the correction wasn't there. And it's up to Derek. Sat outside of hell. EU is embedded in 100 Thieves. Get another one. They can't keep getting away with it.
And again, it comes down to a mistake that was made on Bind from EG as well. And some of these rounds, a couple of them only, but they play slightly too passive on defense, give up the smallest of angle, and it's been exploited by 100 Thieves.
They're making progress in through tree. They break up that crossfire with Apoth's flank. Jorg finds that one and misses the crucial shot on the corner.
And initially, it's that contact through main that Superman is just not totally aware of. EU Crosshair trained on that left side angle in hell. Timeout.
Busio, often
Not
we see him
called.
having fun, joking around. He looks mad. He wants to shut the door in this plucky EG squad.
I was about to. I thought for sure there was a timeout. Who broke their mouse? What happened?
Take a moment here as you see the belief on Arsena's face there. That is EU leading the applause, by the way. Nice to know he's got the bandwidth here to hype up the crowd. Busio's being demanded to flip a water bottle. There's a bit left in there. I think he's actually... Oh, he's talking to Shanks across the stage, actually, yeah. Wow, top 10 anime battles, boys. Sure you can't save it for later, or what? The best part is they look like they could hear each other. They can't. Those are noise-cancelling headset on Busio. He can only guess what Shanks is saying.
We'll have a second paid event, Busio versus Shanks out in the car park later after the show.
All right, jumping back in here, folks. 7-3 is the scoreline. 100 Thieves have strung 4 out of the last 5 rounds together and entered this one, well, with an Alchemand and that Hunter's Fury. Blade Storm for Cryo. Is it a fast hit? It might be, Wyatt.
It's at least a fast take of B main, Alchemand active.
A-Pot forced away, already the Hunter's Fury trained on him. Jorg out from Logs. Okay, brings the KO down. That could be rectified, but not if Derek has something to say about it. Cryo moves up. Spike is loose on B, but there's time at least for EU to get in behind it. Bring Arsena back. Have 3 players to work with. Paranoia here. Will interrupt, but a Cryo waiting. What patience from him, and 3 in the round! What a way to silence the doubters. Derek gets a gun at least, but that's about it. And the fast hit from 100 Thieves really just washes EG away.
Bingo! He stepped up so much for them. Duel after duel being won now. It was quiet in the series until this point. Shuts down Derek, who tried so hard to bring the round back with that Hunter's Fury. He's had 2 already, gotten 3 kills total with them. And on both attempts, it hasn't been enough for EG to convert a round win. They need this last one. It's a accordion each.
No armor for nature. Whatever EG have left, they're going to try and make use of here. 3 rounds on defense would be deplorable. Cry here now finally gets a chance to show what he's capable of. Not that we didn't know. Nice to be reminded, though.
We'll have to challenge Superman. It's just been
rock solid.
A beast over on A. Tries to time this drone, get a peek, going to have to fall back. Presence known.
Volley thrown in, wide direction. I think they have to spend more to clear it. Yep, even recon deployed. Superman not the type to really TP across like that. Even though he throws a smoke that implies it. This one here. But Cryo could see above it anyway. Superman has to be so patient here. I think he's going to test this though. He shows himself right in to the web that Cryo spun.
Jojmo placed in the corner. Does he get hit by the 0 point? Yes, I believe he did. They know he's there. He's getting spammed.
He's just got to hold his ground. He's got no choice but to go for it. Trying to swing for the fence, but it's a foul ball, Wyatt.
He lost the ability to dash away because of that well-placed knife from Asuna.
30 seconds left.
And it's almost a certainty they convert this last round. 9 rounds on Ascent attack is just so strong. Such great calling from Busio. And frankly, it was a very straightforward half. They really just had free reign over the B site.
Nothing subtle about it, Wyatt. There's no reinvention of the wheel. It's good, solid Valorant. Honest Valorant. There's a flash that did not affect Cryo in the slightest.
They displayed good fundamentals on this half within the hits.
Which was our biggest criticism of 100 Thieves in that Leviathan matchup.
Yeah, against Furia especially as well. That is something they're beginning to iron out. They're looking better with. But yeah, straightforward half overall from 100 Thieves. They kept things simple, back to basics. Those B hits were just working over and over and over. The only time they got stopped was towards A. Credit to Superman, but even he wasn't enough.
All right, tied up at 9-3 for 100 Thieves heading to the half in a tight series. Stick around, more after this.
Welcome back, everyone. 100 Thieves on the verge of punching in their playoff spot, but we still have one more half left to play. Let's go ahead and dive into what we saw because, man, there was one round in particular, Mimi, that was absolutely pivotal.
Yeah, we started with a really competitive game here, back and forth thrifties, but EG made the call to go for this 4 spot when they have 5 ults online. Not a bad call in and of itself, but it is staking their half on winning this round. And 100 Thieves, with a great retake in the late round and some lovely coordination, won it and completely took over the half after this pivotal swing.
Yeah, this round was so important. And Cryo, he's been great all game. I had doubts. I was like, can he even do it after playing Omen on the first map, playing Brim on the second map? But he showed up and he won most of the first engagements that he had. I think he went 4-2 in first kills, first deaths.
And this is in the context of a stage 2 where Cryo has been struggling, but he is stepping up when his team needs them. Remember, for the stage 1 champion, if they don't close this out, they won't even make playoffs. But it's a lot harder for EG. Only 3 rounds going into this second half with their playoff hope on the line as well.
It's a tall mountain to climb for evil geniuses. Let's see if they could do it. Riot Games Arena, let's make some noise as we get ready for this match. We'll send it back over to your casters.
Your stage 1 champions of Americas return from Shanghai after a disappointing result. And it's rough. It's nose to the grindstone straight out of the gates in stage 2, and they struggle to find any results. MIBR was their sole win of this stage so far. And all of a sudden, they go from champions to being in a do-or-die position. And here they are, on the precipice of qualifying for playoffs in stage 2 as well.
And it's a position that most of these players on EG, the pressure of the position they've never felt. For Superman, Nature, for Apoth, who was just on the EG reserve roster last season, and now backs up against the wall, do or die. If you win here, you are in the playoffs. Whichever team loses, they are out. Massive disadvantage for EG, both on the score, but also the disadvantaged half, the attacking side of Ascent.
9 attacking rounds for 100 Thieves. Almost unheard of at this level. EG get onto the side though, and Lewis! Nature able to take Boostio down with that molly. Bane has to step on to the Nanoswarm in order to take that fight. So it's an advantage to EG now moving into the post plant.
Nice fast trade from Nature, Recon.
Cryo's ready to smash and dash here. Oh, it runs out and Superman brings him down anyway. Again, it's Superman always. EU, only 2 for him. EG with a crucial pistol.
Right back to the jumping classics that we saw on the first pistol. This time it was Derek. Keeping it simple. Good utility backside. Those players in Hell dealt with Nature. A great trade. Could be the beginning of something for them. There were a lot of back and forth thrifties, namely 2 of them back and forth early on in that first half that were both big momentum shifters. 100 Thieves Boostio has the lone sheriff. For the most part, both of these teams throughout this series have been opting for the 5 classics only. And actually, EU has a stinger, didn't even notice that.
It's another game where we need to see Jorgamo get going. Quiet, very quiet first half. Often getting caught out by these fast hits from the Thieves. Nature instead just says, no, I'm checking this, saving my flash for later.
Pure contact. Yeah, going to have to use that molly for wine though, since they didn't have eyes on A main. They discover it's empty.
I don't want to use the recon for that.
Many 100 Thieves players here.
Derek sees some action there at Hell. They're picking that close corner. Not sure about who might be there. Arsenal might actually assume that position now. Close to it, at least. Boostio wins it out with that Sheriff. Not a great sign for the attackers. Arsenal will force EG to scatter here, further slowing down this A-hit.
Both pieces of utility from Arsenal are very important. The molly pushes them back, the 0 point. Catches them in that position they were routed to. On the recon now as well, there's 30 seconds left.
Seems so much. I mean, there's no choice. EG had to commit here. They've got the better weapons, but they don't have the information.
They've been giving Superman time to work up here. Cryo close range, though.
It's being watched for. Cryo knows it, but does he have the agency to do anything about it? EG able to get in. Superman brings him down. Now they start to collapse. EU trying to buy time, stay alive behind the Jenny. Actually gets Nature with that stinger. Another swing. Derek was low. And it's up to Boosty Boy again. In the post plant against 2 Guardians.
Derek is one-shottable from the Sheriff. Just a body shot would take him down.
Boostio now. This would really shut EG down. It'll open the door for 100 Thieves win. This has to be perfect though, and even perfect against Superman might not be enough.
Yeah, the one man you don't want to take a 1v1 against on the EG side right now.
It's just uncanny. You just, every time he goes into one of those fights, you've got to believe he takes it. 9 times out of 10.
All the times his disposition, he's so calm. He's so relaxed. And he is so experienced. He's been playing professional Valorant for 4 years now, since the beginning, and he's always been a solid player. But he just hasn't had a chance to really show that on a stage as grand as this. People are very aware of his talents now.
Here's the bonus for EG, featuring 3 Guardians. And an operator into the hands of Cryo, something the 100 Thieves are always looking to do.
Deploying drone. They break that alarm bot that's placed in mid very quickly. Now EG, wow, dink. Onto Jojimo. Boostio wishing he had a Vandal.
Still great damage onto a duelist. Cryo doesn't take the shot there, doesn't see the second jump across. The Cloudburst does its job. He'll have to play from middle through CT. Boostio tries to make a rotation to Speedway, but Superman again. Eyes in the back of his head, apparently. Paranoia for EU. It catches him, he doesn't think it would. Now he'll swing this corner. The flash was so good from Arsenal, but he couldn't capitalize.
And who capitalizes again? Superman. He's so good right now. Nature in this forward position. No one to help. Has to get his.
He's got the advantage on the angle, but Cryo wins it out. Just inches into it. Remember, Jorgamo down to 10 after those couple shots that came in from Boostio. Bang has a Paranoia. Jorg playing close inside that smoke, knows it's here or never.
That's just
brought down.
That's pure spam from Derek.
This is a bonus for EG. Remember that.
Time dwindling, Mitch.
I don't think they can do this. I think they might have to save. Cryo in danger. Jorg brings it down. Bang, can't really get out of this situation. Hits the Paranoia, but doesn't have anywhere to go, really. Take guns away if he can. But EG are playing with Hass money, and Hass always wins.
Economy cracked for 100 Thieves, and just like that, EG are back in the game. A 9-3 deficit, now 9-6. Should be 9-7 unless 100 Thieves make something ridiculous happen on their eco round. I mean, we were just talking about him, but again, Superman, man, he drops down into logs, gets the crucial trade. His duelist, his entry Jojimo is so weak, can't really do anything. And frankly, Jojimo hasn't done much in this game yet either. He's the one who needs to step up.
But that's the beauty of it. Always someone ready to step up and take his place. And a Fury here. Jorg gets caught by that one. Cryo able to bring him down. Signs of life here for 100 Thieves now as they back up to the A side. They got what they came for.
I mean, that's some gusto from 100 Thieves, sending out the Hunter's Fury early on an eco. It finds them an advantage, but even still, is that going to be enough to convert against a Hunter's Fury from the opposition, a full buy from the opposition?
They got Jorg's gun. Vandal now over to EU. Now through mid here, EG are slowing it down. Still the alarm bot here that will herald A+'s position. And well,
Big brother moment.
Someone should, yeah, never mind. That got cleared up. Boostio able to reposition, no harm done. Apoth rating his position over to the rest of his team. And here's that attack side Hunter's Fury. Apoth has gotten in the Speedway already. Nature.
And Superman at the same time. TP backside.
Traded by Boostio. He was though there with the Sheriff. EU has to take a beat before making this approach out of market here. And EG have their players in on B. 3 versus 3. 100 Thieves on a thrifty round.
3 versus 3, but 2 of those 100 Thieves players very weak and low on weaponry.
Only a shock dart and Molly for the defenders to work with here. Can they make effective use of them? 2 Guardians for the attackers, but they are entrenched. They are dug in for a long winner, EG. Again, it's 100 Thieves who have to get involved and get moving to try and stop this round. Okay, Molly's come through. Arsenal wants to try and go for it, but it's one after another, one by one, and Derek exits around with 3 kills. EG win 4 in a row.
Perfect crossfire setup back there from EG. They just have Apoth playing close. Derek ready to swing from backside. Who's now taken over as the top fragging player on the leaderboard for Evil Geniuses. Going up against his old team. This year on EG, Derek has surpassed himself on 100 Thieves last year in every single statistical category. Last year lost his Luster as this upcoming star initiator in the region. Absolutely. And has refound himself on EG under Potter's leadership.
He came into this year hungry with a chip on his shoulder, with a lot to prove on this new EG construct. Wouldn't say Colossus, but they're on the way.
Cryo's picked up the operator now, which 100 Thieves always obviously puts so much focus on getting into his hands. One of the most dominant defensive operators specifically in the game. His consistency at finding kills, holding angles is, if not the highest in the world, among the highest.
This might be an ult command here into tree. Some of that Killjoy util already starting to be cleared. Jorgamo gets in, there's the command. Boostio doesn't see any of these footsteps in front of him through the smoke, nothing. But he might be able to find a timing behind him. He gives away his position though. Bang receives contact on Nature, immediately gonna be knocked. Cryo waiting for that peek from Main. He takes down Superman, the defensive AWPing, getting online now. And it's a watch! 100 Thieves get their head back above water.
Absolutely swarmed. Bang looking fantastic on that backside anchor. Anything Superman can do, it seems like he can do it just as well. A tight angle from Cryo, those are the situations where he thrives. We haven't gotten to see him up in this series just yet. He's been on smokes both other maps. And this is where he takes over the game.
Looks scary. They got past Boostio, who was watching tree but got smoked off the angle. Great anchoring that round there from 100 Thieves. Bang sticking back there towards Hell, I think, to play off of Cryo. No shenanigans towards A main on that round. And this has definitely got to precipitate a timeout. Boostio thankful for the opportunity to stretch his legs.
Evil geniuses, they're headed into this one on a bad buy. They've had to save. Despite winning a number of rounds in a row, 100 Thieves have kept up that economic pressure. They're finding a lot of kills. They're finding exits.
Have to take a thrifty here against 100 Thieves to stop them from going to 11. 100 Thieves, who, by the way, still have 2 timeouts remaining, which is so big when these two teams are now going to be jockeying for position in these last couple of rounds. EG, this is it. The last chance for Potter to have some input.
When we head back into this, ultimates are not really in play for the side of EG either. Jorgamo is opting actually for a full armor and rifle. Going to go down to 900 credits, 2 off the Bladestorm. So hoping that, you know, at the very least, can find a kill. We'll have that available for the next buy round.
It's a Hail Mary of sorts. Brought down to 900.
It's a Hail Mary with a little bit of a fallback.
That's right, yeah. The next
a little bit of a fallback option. So long as he does find that kill.
He's willing himself to get back into this game. He has been conspicuously absent on Ascent. It's noticeable. Superman did get pinged out by that owl drone that came up mid.
And now that you know Cryo has this op, you just cannot feel comfortable peeking anything.
Can smoke him off this angle easily enough.
Contacting, pushing like that, completely off the menu.
Time now under 1 minute. EG dragging this out a little bit. Super still does have that smoke to lean on here.
And Derek, save that recon, save the drone as well. Great flash.
Cryo just has to step out of it. Oh my goodness, George! Brought to his knees again. In a round where EG really needed him to be the star to stand up. Instead, he's a heap on the ground. And we're down to 33 seconds left. The rotate here from 100 Thieves over to the B side. They've got 2 players in Boathouse after the TP.
Yeah, that is really crucial from Bang. Time is dwindling so low right now.
20 seconds. Smoke up here for EU. He doesn't need to test mid. Derek is not going to be given a bite of the apple here. Just the shoulder and that's it. 13 seconds.
What is the play?
Spike's in mid still. They've got to run this in. Cryo does a Superman. Bladestorm is out. The 2 players anchoring inside Boathouse means that for Derek it's all but impossible. They're low though. Boostio took the shot through the wall, but here comes Cryo. Knife in the back and a little twist as 100 Thieves take it to 11.
And I'm worried that maybe this is the moment where EG's nerve gets a bit shattered. That was a scrambled round out of the timeout as well. Things really devolve. With 40 seconds left, it looked like they wanted to go into a B split, maybe considering, do we just shift back and try to get to A through Cat? And ultimately...
The He is crouching into these shots and he's hit Jork in the head.
It is ridiculous.
Right here.
Nothing colder than cryo, baby.
This is the full buy, though. This is why that timeout was actually taken. What is the plan from Evil Geniuses?
Scanning ahead.
Slow and steady for 100 Thieves now. Getting into the Odin buy.
Right here.
And again, those ults haven't really been a factor, as you mentioned, Wyatt. Just one here or there. Hunter's Fury available potentially for Derek in this round.
If they head towards A, Boostio has the kind of the kill molly set up. When you try to make your way towards Switch, push up Gen, you are just lit up
Is ready.
by that damage on the ground.
Cryo Op is heading to heaven as well. Great to answer this A push if it comes. They're going to disrespect the smoke and go for a Jorg. Dash over towards Gen, got to be caught inside the molly now. Takes the face against Bang. It's not good enough. Cryo is lying in wait. And again, has his just desserts. Nature hasn't fed to him. Derek found some Hunter's Fury purchase to be sure. But this is what 100 Thieves on the precipice of taking us to 11, and look at the money for EG. Bare pennies to spend. And on the precipice of making playoffs, 100 Thieves burgeoning with confidence.
All that from Derek for naught. 3 Hunter's Fury in this series, 5 kills with them, and none of those end up being a round win converted. As soon as you get Cryo, the operator on defense, there is no angle that is safe. A-site absolutely on lockdown. Didn't have the information on Boostio's setup as well. Didn't take the time to explore the map in that situation. They get melted by the mollies on the ground. And now it's all on this. Playoff hopes for EG.
I see Cryo aiming the smoke. I get interested. I'm a simple man. Straight up mid go EG now. The blades is what Jorg had to fall back on. Otherwise, it's a Bucky. Can repeat history to keep his team in the game. Cryo sat in CT patient. And here comes the move into the speedway, but Arsenal deals with Nature coming up mid. He held the angle passively. 3 players for EG have gotten into B, but here comes the lockdown. They've got to challenge this. Jorg's knife strikes true. EU down, and now pressure over towards stairs. Looking for another was Jorg, but they're going to get brought down. Lockdown is about to go off. They've got to stop this, but Superman can only look in from the outside. And no, the spike is so far away. He doesn't have ult to go and get it. This is all but done.
The hopes of EG's playoff run on the line, and Superman goes down to Bang.
EG.
Revitalized at just the right time to clinch stage 2 playoffs.
They touch down from Shanghai. They're under pressure. They've got to quickly hit the books, hit the VODs, get ready to compete with a very hungry Americas region who saw them represent them and thought, it could be me next time. And they had to fight against that, fight against their own hubris. Slow start, but now they've recovered. And they've got time to prepare for a playoff run to again represent their region globally.
And it's just been so captivating for EG. We saw them on the cusp of repeating history, what Potter and Giorgimo did last year, taking this team of players that were either unknown or counted out to the top. So close to doing it again and falling so short to their old teammates, their counterparts last year that they won champions with.
This EG squad came in with no expectations. Going 4 and 5 thus far with a game to play still. Surpassed what many expected from them. But this 100 Thieves team are built for championships, built for victory. And again, with Boostio leading the way, hard to count them out. Some moments here, I mean, we've got to talk about Superman having a great series in general, Derek coming alive in a huge way on this map, but it's Cryo who gets the duelist, who gets the op fed to him on that defense half and shuts the game down.
That was Cryo's best game of stage 2, no doubt. Not just from the eye test, but by the numbers. Dropped 25 for 13. And like you said, on defense, when they feed him that operator, no angle is safe against him. He's had a tough time so far in stage 2. Lit up every team during the stage 1 playoffs, and if he can return to that form and 100 Thieves continue to iron out the fundamentals, which today they certainly have, you could see them getting right back to the top. It looked like they were out for a moment. This stage started so shaky for them. I mean, a loss to the winless Furia, no chance stood against Lev, and now
And an unconvincing win against MIBR, something we couldn't read into too much, but we saw a really good Lotus from 100 Thieves, right? Something that we didn't really count as part of their map pool. Now something that they might have the opportunity to make use of. Zix says, felt like we were in need of a composition swap, a new approach to their map. Now that's made a way into their pool, and they get success against one of the best Lotus teams in Americas. We're gonna head down to the stage now with Van Silly for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you so much, Uber and Wyatt. Great cast, no notes, but Lara Games Arena, give it up to Bang! Bang, what a quick turnaround you guys have had in the past 2 weeks, but this game was an important one, a do or die, basically a repeat of, like, let's say that game that you had against MIBR last year, but there had to be some pressure building up to this day.
Yeah, there was definitely some pressure for sure, but we tried our best not to worry about it. I think we handled it pretty well.
And going on to the stage, so once you sat down, you had to lock in. Did that nervousness even come up even more for you?
I mean, honestly, the way our coaches like just guide us in the game, we don't really like worry too much about that kind of stuff. We just play to try to have fun, try to play the best Valorant as possible that we can, and we don't really worry about too much about the stakes and that kind of stuff.
Well, speaking about the conversations with the coach, we had a conversation with Zix after Coach Zix after map 1, and you guys basically let Lotus go through. And he mentioned to me, you guys don't like to play Sunset pretty much, but if we look back at a couple of weeks, EG played Furia on those 2 maps, on Lotus and Bind. Was the preparation going around watching that VOD and trying to find ways to almost anti-strat evil geniuses here?
We definitely did a good amount of anti for sure. We were watching their VODs. We were trying to, get as much as we can, as much info as we can. But obviously, like, I mean, the way that our coaching staff works is, I think there is definitely some anti, but it's mostly just play our own game and try to focus on us and not really too much on our enemy.
All right, and focus on your own game was at the conversation as well, because you get onto the 3rd map of Ascent. It's a map that's never been played by EG in stage 2. So what was the conversation with the coaching staff then?
Like I said, we don't have any VODs on them. Let's play our own game. Let's do what we do, because we are definitely a good Ascent team for sure. We're very confident in our Ascent. So that's as simple as that.
For sure. Well, the job's not done though, because now at least you've locked in playoffs, but you still have to be in the top 3 to guarantee that spot. If not, you go through circuit points. And you're pretty much in that race with Sentinels going toe-to-toe on who could get the most circuit points to guarantee that 4th spot. So next week, there's still another game in the regular season before you get into the playoffs, and that's against Loud. And Loud most recently, the conversation around the fan base is like, oh, they're like wounded because they don't have like a duelist, so they're just still trying to figure things out. But in your shoes as a professional player, what can you tell us about Loud? Are they actually a very tough opponent to play against?
They're definitely a tough opponent to play against. You can never underrate them, honestly. Even though they don't have a duelist, they still have a really solid team, solid roster. I mean, we're gonna care in the match. We're gonna play because we need that point for sure. Yeah. So it's important to us to win that next match as well. It's not like we're not worrying about it.
And awesome. And lastly, there's gonna be a lot of seedings going through depending on what matches, what the results will be at the end of week number 5. Yeah, I think. But who would you like to play against if it's not going to be Leviathan, because they're pretty much guaranteed first at this point?
I honestly don't care that much about who we play against. It could be anyone. I don't really care.
Is everything going to be easy for Bang and 100 Thieves?
Hope so.
Well, hopefully that's going to be the case. Everybody give it up one more time here to Bang! And it's now time for a break, but when we come back here, we will actually have EU with the analyst desk, one of my favorites.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time? It wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
I know.
Here's your wireless contract.
Do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative, switch!
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Okay, I guess that's it for today. tomorrow I won't be able to watch the game. The EMEA game. It's one game though, so it's okay. It's Foot against Giant X, so probably top 2 team in EMEA against like one of the worst, like top 2 worst. It's not the worst fucking team in EMEA, so it should be a stomp for Foot. They're already in playoffs, so it's not even, the game doesn't even matter, honestly. But I won't be able to watch it for personal stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna call it for today, and I'll see you. I'll see you on Wednesday. For EMEA, probably. For Heretics Koi and Fnatic Liquid. Yep. Okay. So, see you not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Bye bye.